Welcome back and welcome aboard, as I said, to my Leaps and Bounties, the 7th Sea 2nd Edition actual play presented by Rook and Rasp. This is a game that's published by Chaosium. We are not affiliated with the company. We just really like the game, and we hope you are enjoying the game too. I am Danny. I am the storyteller for this game. And as I always say and have said for a season and a half, I do not run this, I do not control this game. I just run it. That's all I do. That's all I do. So you can thank the players for the title of this episode, which is Squid Pro Quo. This is an example of how I am not in control of this game. I was going to name it just the Kraken.
One thing. We changed the name, and suddenly, you have zero control over everything.
Not all the other things we do. Start apocalypses, make all the enemies.
Hey. We are giving the people what they want, okay? So, but
Birch
yes.
with storms.
Good thing I got my inhaler, because if I'm going to be laughing, I may need it. So anyway, I said I'm Danny, and these are my wonderful players who enjoy giving me shit. Apparently, this is what happens. And let's start with Michael, who's right below me, like the Brady Bunch. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Michael, and I will be playing Andreas, the captain of a ship that might not exist after this event, after this episode. So, yay!
It's gonna be fine.
Rue?
Oh, I should bring up that sheet.
Hi, my name is Rue, and I play Ace McGanson, the first mate of the Belladonna and the party's gunslinger, I guess. It's all she does, she shoots shit. So, and shoots the shit. So, you just, you want to shoot the breeze? Let me know. Got some time.
All right, John?
Hi, everyone. I am John, and I play Gianni Messina, the Vidachi rogue. I have nothing witty to add.
You are a scamp and a scoundrel.
I know.
You are now also one of the guys that works with the sales and shit.
Yeah.
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 And then Allah, finally.
Hello, I'm Ala, and I play Ninette Prévert, who is the purser on the Belladonna, and that's about the only thing she has control of in her life right now.
I just love how they introduce themselves as like, oh, I'm the captain, the first mate, the purser. I do the sales, as if everything else they've done isn't way more spectacular.
Well,
this is important for this moment.
We're now on a ship, so now we're boring. So let us be boring. Let us handle our jobs.
It is about to get very unboring. It is about to get very unboring. Anywho, yes, when last we left our intrepid heroes, they finally managed to pack up and were seen off by the Count on the Belladonna with a ragtag crew of mercenaries and Nanette's people and pirates gotten from a bar and the Utrecht crew. I mean, it's just a mismatch,
It's a whatever we want.
A lot of people. Yeah.
Technically,
we're making it work.
The cast of Pirates of Penzance.
Yes. Are you the model of a major general?
Don't make him say that again. He did it so bad last
time. I will not do it again. For this audience.
For this
Okay, yeah, so that's what happened last time.
You didn't introduce Michael.
Yeah, I was first.
No, he was first.
Oh, well,
chat. We know who the captain is.
Chat.
I think Rev just wasn't paying attention. So
Rev,
yeah.
That's
I know. I know that I am just undeniably charming, but there are other people on this show. Sorry.
It's okay. I had some paperwork to do on. I had to.
You're right. You were first. I can't believe I forgot you, Michael. I apologize.
Anyway, so the last little bit was a storm, a very familiar kind of magical storm was coming at them, much like the ones they had just done. But this time, there was a creature following along in the storm's wake.
Oh,
And
shit.
the cries of the Kraken went around the ship in various languages as each of the people on the ship got sight of this thing. So, with all that being said, we open our book, our very darkly colored leather book. It says Book 2, and by Leaps and Bounties on it, and across the spine. And we have some circles in each of the corners, sort of oval shapes in each of the corners, but all beautifully embossed in. And we have some threads, coursing along one. We have a profile that if you look behind Michael's shoulder, you will see the outline of that profile. And then he probably deserves that.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't at you, Danny. That was definitely at the Davis. That was. I saved the middle fingers for the true ones that I ate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. And then sort of what's looking like a half wheel compass design on one. And then the last looks like drops of blood flowing through the oval. And we flip over the book past the 6 chapters we have already done. And we see title, chapter 7, Squid Pro Quo. The aesthetic, ruining the vibe. Just picturing some illuminary monk or something carefully writing these words along the top of the book. Anyway, so
This is where Tomas has got the journal that Charles was keeping his notes in and added his personal touch.
Yeah.
This is the explanation that we will be given.
You can't name it the Kraken, Charles. You can't. It has
That's
no
boring.
Verb. It has
Have
no
you-
finesse.
Have you
Has
never
no
read an
hook.
adventure book?
No, but a pun, Thomas, really? A pun? Yes, trust me. And of course, there's a picture, black and white, as we normally see. And below it are words. This time, it's very long. It isn't more like a short quote, but more looks like a poem. Below the thunders of the upper deep, far, far beneath in the abysmal sea, his ancient, dreamless, uninvaded sleep, the Kraken sleepeth, faintest sunlight through. About his shadowy sides, above him swell huge sponges of millennial growth and height, and far away into the sickly light from many a wondrous grot and secret cell, unnumbered and enormous polyped winnow with giant arms the slumbering green. There hath he lain for ages and will lie, battening upon huge sea worms in his sleep, until the latter fire shall heat the deep, and once by man and angels to be seen. In roaring he shall rise, and on the surface die. The Kraken by Alfred Lord Tennyson.
It was a very grim look at the Kraken.
It is.
It's a grim
It
crack,
is.
yeah.
Okay. All right. We ready? All right. Black and white picture. What we see is the sea as seen from the bow of the Belladonna out into the sea, where we see the storm along the horizon and shadow coming forward across the water. And it starts to move and color starts to seep in, grays and blues. and browns and all sorts of colors melting in to create an overcast landscape. The smell of the sea and the sounds of louder and louder crashing waves. As we zoom in on the picture and are placed inside our story. So, yes, cries of "It's the Kraken" and other words start floating around the ship. You don't have very long, according to Ace's, probably Ace looking out and seeing, don't have very long before the storm's going to be upon you. So, I will give you that bit of information. You have maybe 10-15 minutes before this thing comes upon you.
Oh, shit. Has somebody already noticed the Kraken? I don't remember who noticed the Kraken before, whether it was me or
Everybody
Oh,
has
night-
by
night
now.
watch.
The cry went up.
The cry went up. All right.
The cry went up. From the top,
Shit,
the
shit.
person who was up in the nest started going, "The Kraken! I see it!" when it came in, and the cry went over in various languages. You can hear it.
Right. Great. All right. And somebody get the captain. If he hasn't been woke up yet. Yeah, and Ace starts shouting orders. And as the storm, let's see, what would be proper for when a storm comes in? Do we probably want to, like, do you go straight into it? Because going
Yes.
broadside to it would be bad news, because it
Right.
could blow you over. Yeah. So yes.
Michael has advice.
I actually know. You want to go into the waves.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, the helmsman is always aiming to go into the waves, so
Okay.
that we crash through them instead of them potentially rolling us over.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Nope.
So it
That
splashes.
that's what I was thinking. Okay. So, I will. If the alarm has gone out, I assume everybody is waking up and it's an all hands on deck type
yeah.
situation. This isn't just the
Yeah.
night crew is gonna have to deal with all the rest sleeping
Oh,
their
hell
hammocks.
no.
Like little
Yeah, everyone's
babies.
sleeping.
Like little babies. No, we need tentacle fodder. Get on deck.
Oh,
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. That's a rude thing to say, not an Ace thing. But yeah, so I will get. It's probably a gust. I'm going to give the helm to, if not Keg. Whoever gets there first is going to get it, and then I'll start hollering for people. It should be him.
Yeah, okay. So Ace is doing that. She was up there and she's getting people to head the correct direction and getting people to bring down the sails, whatever they do. All right, and
Andreas steps onto deck, securing his door behind him. His swords are on his side. His head is high. He is not showing any fear, no matter how scared shitless he might be on the inside. He doesn't get to do that right now. And he calmly walks over to where Ace is and asks for a report.
Well, sir, there is a bitchin' storm coming, and it looks familiar. It looks like whether or not you can see it, it certainly looks like a silent death storm. And then, yeah, that son of a bitch following behind it. Well, that, sir, is a Kraken.
Well then,
So, like, if you've got a special trick up your sleeve for like going out there and maybe snipping some tentacles, that's probably a good idea.
Unfortunately not.
Believe it or not, I assumed as much. So I do need to talk to Ace is not freaking out, but she is very clearly looking around for someone, and she's looking for Gianni.
Gianni, speaking of, taking care of the sails.
Yeah. No, the moment they call out for the Kraken and the storm and everything else, I will call out to Ace and Ace, I'm gonna stay up here for the moment. I want to see if there's anything unusual. Or if there's anything I can do.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, Captain, do you need me for anything else? I think I'm going to go up. I need to talk to him.
Yes. Is everyone taking actions to rig for rigging, both manning the guns and rigging for being on deck in a storm?
Yes.
I mean,
I
that's
did.
for Danny. Is that what I'm seeing?
Oh yeah, everybody's following what Ace said. Ace's
Yeah, I
orders.
gave whatever orders would be appropriate.
All right. Very well. Make your way to the tops.
Do we have
And,
guns pointing to the front?
We do specifically have bow chasers because they were specifically called out for.
Okay.
Someone requested them. Hint, hint, Nanette.
Yeah. Speaking of Nanette,
Well, she has been asleep and wakes up a little bit hungover, and scrambles to get dressed and at least throw a rapier and a pistol sidearm on, and then she's gonna go find Sting and start prepping what is probably going to be 4 casualties of some variety. We're just gonna go get the infirmary ready.
you catch Pip on the way out your door, going to head to the thing, and he's heading up deck.
Grabs him by the collar. He's like, "No, you're not ready for this, mon petit. I need your help downstairs."
But I want to
Thank
see
you.
it.
No.
You will see whatever is left of it, I assure you. But we need good, very skilled, small hands who can hold tools for me while I wake up.
Please, just for a minute.
No, you little shit. I'm
There
sorry.
will be a time and place, I assure you. But it is far too dangerous up there right now. When the captain gives his order for all clear, yes? We must follow the captain's orders.
Fine.
Willful little fuck. Jesus.
Odile is helping me in the infirmary as well. I'm sure she would love your company, your steadying morale.
He kind of straightens up a little bit. And he'll follow.
Hello, now.
you.
Where's Squeak?
Uh-oh.
Well, Sting knows what to do. You go help Sting. I'm going to try to find your brother.
I'll go get him.
No, you will not. You will go help Sting in my place because I have to go find your little brother. Yes. I need to mark these kids. Seriously.
You really did.
You really do.
Makes sense, yep.
It makes a lot of sense.
All right. So do you make your way up?
Find
where
my
are you
cabin
gonna
boy.
look?
Oh god. Well, I know where he is. He's gonna be up on deck getting underfoot trying to catch an eyeful as well. So she's gonna check there first. And if he's not there, then she'll do a quick pass and see if anybody has seen, he's about, 3 feet high. All limbs.
Yeah, has anybody on deck seen Squeak? I would hope that anyone on deck would be like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Yes. If someone
No,
does
lad.
see the little one who's hiding, probably knows he's not supposed to be up there.
Down, lad.
Yeah, but Nanette and everyone else who is on deck, it does start to rain at that point. It is now starting to come down onto the deck. And when you pop up on top of the deck, you look around. Go ahead and make me a wits and notice.
First roll of the night, guys.
And it's you again. I think it was you last. Look at you.
Give me 3 successes.
3, make it happen.
3 and 1 die
3
left over.
raises.
Nice.
Oh, nice. 3 raises. All
If
right.
you wanna buy some danger points, I'm gonna need those hero points.
I think, and I'll give you a hero point. I think I'll take that.
Mama's gonna need those.
All right, yeah. So you get out there. You're looking around, and you see a suspiciously placed barrel.
That is the worst idea. The worst idea. His little ass is gonna get
weapon.
pushed over.
What do you want?
I'm just saying, it's a bad idea, bud.
All right, Mon Petit, we need to go downstairs.
Just
This
roll
is
him
far
down
too
the
dangerous.
fucking
You're going to drown. I do not have the upper body strength to do that, Rue. She is a lady.
You open the barrel and like two big eyes stare up at you.
I need your assistance, and you are the only one that can help me. You're my only hope, Squeak.
Mon petit Squeak, you are my only hope.
There is no one else. We're going to need skilled small hands for the damage that will follow. You must come downstairs and help.
These two boys are
I
just
promise.
crushing so hard on Nanette and Odile.
Once the captain gives us all clear, we can come up and see this kraken that I'm sure the very talented members of our crew shall take care of.
You just hear the crew going,
Ah!
Don't mind. Don't listen to the screaming. Everything is fine.
Yeah, just that moment, some sailor runs behind Nanette naked
with the Wilhelm scream.
and yeah, just
He's way too hungover for this.
Oh, this is gonna be good. I can tell. We're only 20 minutes in. Okay.
All right, come on, Mon Petit. Let's.
Fine. Yeah.
Allons-y.
You wheel him out of the barrel and push him downstairs, or push him towards the stairs, whichever.
I assume you all know what to do. We'll be downstairs in the infirmary in case there's any injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on!
All right. Okay. So you all have a little bit of time before this thing hits you full force. So I'm gonna go around in order. Don't worry, everyone will get their turn. On what you want to be doing or telling everybody to do to prepare, or ideas, or how you're gonna deal with this thing. And we will start with Ace.
Well, Ace does want to climb up and get to where Gianni is because she wants to know. She suspects strongly that this is a silent death storm or a bracer storm. She wants to know, because of the situation and the intel that we have, that people died the last time. She wants to know if there are fate lines tied to it and if Gianni has any idea how to not kill people, because she assumes in her terror and her fear for Kaya that there is no way that Kaya is not tied to the storm site, unfortunately. So that's what she wants to do. I would like to, if I can, also go ahead and spend a hero point to do my commanding virtue and give everybody a hero point, everybody else a hero point.
Perfect. Excellent.
And with, it was said in jest, but also telling Nanette to just get below decks and be ready. Andreas is doing his captain thing, but I'm like, stand somewhere where you can cut something.
Yeah.
and then of course with Gianni, is there a way that you can help?
Okay, yeah. So yes, of course, use the hero point to do commanding. Perfect. And you get up there, and now, rain coming down, you're crawling up there next to Gianni. So go ahead. Gianni Ace is coming up towards you on the tops.
Gianni is bounding to wherever he can get the best perspective on what's happening, with the storm.
Christ, you're like a
The
monkey.
creature behind him.
Yes.
And the first thing I will do is I will activate the sight and look for fate lines.
You absolutely know what to look for now. You've seen it, and absolutely this thing has fate lines going all over it. The storm and the kraken.
Do they run between each other?
The storm and the kraken?
Yes.
Yes, they're like all connected. Like the storm and the kraken and the whole deal.
Okay. Yes, 1 second. And he reaches into his pocket, flips through his cards.
He's just flapping out there, like going, yeah, take your time. Take your
Good.
time.
I'm blowing around out here, but go ahead, look at your damn cards.
Really hope there's another place between card in there.
I'm
No.
specifically pulling Witch,
Oh.
and I will be changing my own Arcana, the Virtue, to Intuitive,
Uh-huh.
and I will spend my hero point to activate it.
Uh-huh.
And I am going to ask the GM. Will severing the fate lines send the Kraken away?
Most likely.
Okay. And also, is that what has killed
The kraken or the fate lines?
the fate lines? If I kept the fate lines, is it going to kill the people that those fate lines are attached to?
You're not sure. You know that it's attached to their life force and their life energy, their fate. So you imagine it does some damage, especially with what you've heard and what you've seen. How much, you're not exactly sure. You've never done it before, so.
What do you see, Gianni?
Okay. The storm is attached to the Kraken. It's also attached to other people. There is a web, a great many of line. I have a plan. I need your dagger.
Okay.
And I need something that we won't lose.
That we won't lose?
Yes.
Like the mast?
Yeah, I've always heard stories. Maybe it's just the books I've read. Masks usually get broken.
I mean, they can. We don't have time to talk about this. I give you my dagger, and I am gonna ask for clarification, and whether this comes from John or Gianni or the GM. Are the lines that are connected to the storm that are not connected to the Kraken, are they also attached to the Kraken? So, like, the fate lines coming from somewhere else, are they only attached to the storm, and then the storm is additionally attached to the Kraken?
No, they're coming from somewhere else to the storm and the kraken.
Okay, both. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we kill the... Yeah, so I will ask Gianni. So you saying if we kill the Kraken, it could hurt people? Is that what you're telling me? Because that's a really shitty answer. Lie to me next
I have
time.
a plan.
Okay.
I am going to tie off the lines to something else. Much like I did when I tied the line around the cup and I could cause the cup to take damage.
Yes.
I'm going to tie off the lines to something else and then sever its connection to the storm.
All right, I
It's
don't
the
lose
best
it.
idea I have.
Don't lose it. And I untie the sheath from my hip and I throw it at him.
All right.
All right. Okay. So, awesome. So, Andreas, what are you doing?
Andreas is standing next to the helm, as Keg and probably another person are manning it together,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a pain in the ass to move a rudder when there's a storm going on
Mm-hmm.
and hold it steady. And he is basically ordering. I am going to order the our Marines to take up long guns and maybe if nothing else, try to shoot at the Kraken. Maybe it'll get it to go. This is not a an easy treat or anything like that. And when we can, I'm gonna have them fire the bow chasers or whichever guns are facing the Kraken.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah, Leon and his contingent get up in position, and they're with their long guns, and you know, Leon says something like, "I don't know how much damage these are gonna do," to something like that.
We're just trying to make it think twice.
All right, and they go and they have their and are out there. Um, Yeah, Nanette, down in, I assume you're going to, like, the infirmary?
Yeah, and just for clarification, when we were playing with the cup, Gianni, it felt like Nanette took a lash when you did that.
Mhm.
So she does want to clarify. Should, if you think you can do this alone, you can. But if you need help, you can use me as well.
My
Spread the
goal
pain
is-
around.
I just wanted to mitigate as much as possible and not shatter whatever I had touched. That's why I'm yelling out. At this point, who cares who hears it?
Oh, will it work if it's? Don't they have to be between people? Typically, if they're lifelines.
I don't know, but we're going to try something really crazy, and I don't know. I'm going to try the dagger that can cut anything. What?
Okay, well, I will be
Seriously.
downstairs if you need anything. And then she runs downstairs and starts gathering all the non-combatants and trying to get them probably somewhere around the infirmary area, because they're gonna be functioning as runners and bringing the injured down into the infirmary.
Alrighty then, yeah. You start doing that, and you and everybody else would notice that now the ship is starting to, you're starting to feel that unsteady, of storm hitting the ship, trying to, balance itself out, and all of that. And the rain on the deck starts to come down, even harder than before. It's kind of started, it's now coming down really, really hard. And you can hear the thunder and see lightning somewhere out there behind the Kraken. When the lightning strikes, it lights up, and you can see from the tops, whoever's up there, Gianni, I think, and Ace might still be up there.
Yep.
You can see when the lightning hits and lights up the water for a brief second, you can see this huge outline of a creature with undulating darkness underneath the water.
Johnny, I just need you to be careful, but do what you ever have to do. I was gonna say.
This is the craziest thing I've ever done. I'm both simultaneously terrified and enjoying it.
Well, at least if you piss yourself, it's raining. And I would
Always
like.
look on the bright side of life.
Andreas
would-
may be wearing his brown pants right now. I'm just going to put that out there.
That guy gets it. He's wearing brown pants.
Ace,
You guys have pants?
You guys have pants.
so many pants. From my vantage point, you say I can see this massive tentacled beast.
Underneath the water. Yeah.
Underneath the water. Can I? So their, like face, eyeballs, things like that. Anything that might be. Is it like? Is there anything above the water yet?
Not yet. It had breached earlier, which is what you suspect the person saw that
Okay.
made them say that. And then it came down, and now it's kind of underneath, coming towards y'all.
Okay.
Um,
I'm not gonna fire at anything until I can see something above the water.
Are you gonna
but-
get into? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, please.
I was just gonna ask if you were gonna get into some kind of position or anything like that.
I am going to make my way over to, I guess, the crow's nest. Because well, fuck. No, I'll go back down to the deck, and I will. It might be dumb. I'm gonna tie off to one of the taffrails and see if that'll hold me steady. And I'm gonna get my guns ready.
All right, awesome. Okay, Gianni.
Spending hero points, manipulating lines.
Alrighty. Okay, so you're gonna spend a hero point and you're gonna manipulate lines. What are you attempting?
I need to sever what's happening with the story. But at the same time, I want to tie it off. I don't want to tie it off to the ship because I think if I tie it off to the mast or anything else, that crashed or ever broke, that would also create. So I want to do it to something that's permanent. And strangely enough, the best thing I can think is to actually tie it off to the hilt of the knife.
Okay.
So I'm tying it off, and then I'll be cutting the attachment to the storm with the knife, hoping that can help speed up anything.
Right.
I mean,
What
we're
you're
screwing
doing
with some
is-
serious cross magic here.
Yeah, so what you're attempting to do is the threads that are kind of going off, you're trying to take those parts and attach it to the knife, and then sever the parts that attach those to the Kraken and the storm.
Yes.
Alright. Got it. Okay. So this is going to be much like the storm and Sharu's. This is going to be a long-term building up successes kind of thing. So, you are going to need 15 successes to completely do this.
15 raises.
15 raises. Yeah, I say
That's
successes.
what
No. Well,
Understand.
last week I think we just got confused because one time you said 10 successes, but you meant 10 to get a raise. So I was just
Right,
making
right.
sure that
Yeah.
you didn't increase the raise requirement.
Yeah, no.
Words.
Not yet,
So,
because
oh, there it goes.
Doing it now.
You're a monster.
Is that 1 or 2 danger points to do that?
that's one danger point to do that. As a matter of fact, raise it to 15. So,
All right.
15 successes at 15 you will need. And I'm going to have you roll your sorte dice and let's see. I feel
Gosh.
like this is
Little reroll too.
Thank you, chat.
I'll let you choose how to. If he's gonna do it finesse, like dexterously, or is he gonna resolve and just kind of power through it, or if he's gonna do bits. I'll let Gianni choose how he's
so it has
going
to be
about.
finesse, resolve, or wits. You said it has to be finesse, resolve, or wits.
Or wits.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's gonna definitely have to be wits. Try and be smart about it.
All right. So go ahead
Fine,
and
you
make
get
your
another
first
die.
roll.
You have another die, by the way, from Revan if you need it.
Yep. I'm gonna be going ahead and using that, and then first roll for me with this for the evening. And let's have some fun.
All right. Do it.
And let's use that reroll.
And he doesn't need 15 in one roll, right?
No, it's extended over time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was just like,
Yeah.
That one.
and your raises are
So in other words, it's gonna take as long as it takes because he's trying to do something
Okay, that makes sense.
pretty delicate
And that one.
in the middle of a storm.
I was
With
just seeing if you
Oh, no,
have.
I
Kraken
don't have
beneath
anything.
and-
Oh, I can re-roll one die.
I was gonna say, do your
There we
do
go.
you have your 15s count as 2? That
Not for
available on
this, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah, only
many-
if I was using perform.
How many 15s did you get?
So grand total of 14s after all that is going to be, or 15, is going to be 4.
4. All right, perfect. All right, 11 more to go. All right, Nanette down there. So basically, the order I'm going to kind of go in is Andreas, Ace, Gianni, Nanette. That's how I'm going to kind of go around. And after Nanette, the Kraken will do something. So I'm going to kind of go in order. I know technically we're all supposed to be like rolling actions, but that's going to
It gets confusing when you're
it's
doing
confusing.
something like
I would rather just go in a order, you know.
this.
All right, so Nanette, you are now dealing with some very nauseous people down there because it's so what are you going to do about that? You
Well-
can't stop the ship from shaking.
No.
Unfortunately.
But Keg did previously give us some herbs. 'Cause she remembers her first time on a ship,
You
and
remember?
of course,
Aw.
she threw upon a lot
And
of
it was,
people's shoes.
Douglas Cameron, actually.
It was Douglas
Name
Cameron.
with it.
Now that you mention it, but yes. So we, between Sting and Nanette, I think they're able to at least contain that a little bit. But also, a lot of these people who are nauseous is like for our non-combatants is kind of a non-issue. Like, unless they're helping actively with surgery or like running people, they get a bucket and just told to stay in a corner and to kind of hark it out. Sorry, Tomas. I know this is your first time, but just tough it out. But
Charles
yeah,
is actually doing okay. It's Thomas who's the worst off.
yeah. Charles has been on a boat
Charles-
longer.
Charles
Yeah.
is like holding his hair and
Yeah,
is just
he's,
like,
oh, yeah,
"It's
oh,
gonna be
yeah.
okay.
trying to comfort
It's
him.
okay,
He's,
babe. I've read
rubbing
about
his
this."
back. he's
Yeah.
like, oh, you know, Thomas is
It's-
kind of a
it's-
little green around the
Yeah.
gills.
We're definitely prioritizing those who are going to be helping with the immediate situation. If they're just going to be hanging out and kind of spectating and staying out of the way, they go to the vomit corner and just we're going to designate a vomitorium and just call it that.
I just
You
The
do
net
at
was
one
prepared.
point walk by and one of the little port windows is open and you see two little legs. And a little trying.
Okay, I'm going to put leashes on these children. This is where we're okay, this is what we're getting to now. But it should, now that I've said it, she'll probably go ahead and put a minor mark on the children just in case. Probably just somewhere like on the back of their belt or something, just to keep an eye on them. But she stresses the important I need you more than anyone else. You know how to work a ship. Look at all these other people throwing up. I cannot do this without you, Pip and Squeak.
Yeah, this is the younger one who had been,
Squeak, please.
innocent.
Double the dessert
He says,
rations.
"Well, I wasn't on the deck. I wasn't on the deck."
Do you want
Just
to vlog
let
the ship?
Andreas catch them.
This is. You're going to have to do extra build work if any water gets into that window. Let's, seal them up. Come help me back downstairs.
Grumbling, he goes, but the kids obviously are not comprehending the seriousness of the situation. Well, if you're not going to be up there fighting tentacles, well,
I'm just gonna wrangle children. Amazing. I fled marriage because of this.
Yeah, you fled marriage to take care of Ace's children.
Someone else's children.
All right. So, all right, up top. All right, you now, y'all had been doing your thing and working, and you see now that the minutes have gone by, the storm has now fully hit you. You see this great wave comes up in front of the ship, and you see it. This like green and brown and bluish and dark skin, like rounded skin, starts breaking through the water, and the water comes out. And then along the side, you see huge tentacle coming around the side of the ship, right in front of Ace's face. This tentacle comes up, and these suckers on this tentacle are bigger than your face.
Holy shit!
Get me out of here! Get me out!
I tied off. So yeah, Ace is just gonna point blank at one of those face suckers, and she's just gonna fire away.
All right, so Ace is gonna fire. I'm gonna go back to Andreas. Andreas, this you see this thing breach the water. You see the top of the head, and you see the tentacle come over.
Okay. As that is happening, since I have 2 brute squads, I split the ship's complement, strength 10 to 2, strength 5 brute squads. The first one is going to be effectively representing the tops, and he's going to yell out very loudly. Who's up my master of the tops? I just had it. Mulder.
Moldir, yeah.
Yeah, Moldir. Tie off Gianni right now. He doesn't have a lifeline. Because at no point did either of you say you tied off, except for Ace. And then he'll yell as loudly as he can. Master Gunner. Veps, unload into that tentacle.
Alrighty.
And then he himself will draw his blades. And then if there's anything that's about to hit somebody, he's just going to slash right through it.
All right. Meanwhile, the Davis is sitting like on like one of the railing, and of course, annoyingly, looks dry as a bone because, of course, the Davis is dry as a bone, and seems eminently unbothered by everything going on, except for a slightly amused smirk on their face. And watches you, do all this, and just says, very, very, not quietly, but, not shouting or anything either.
I'm sure that it doesn't matter what level that the Davis talks at, I hear it perfectly.
Yes. And just says something like, "Oh, are you sure you have enough firepower?" It's fascinating.
I think that's a diss on you, Ace.
Feels like it. Andreas is going to go. We're not quite there yet.
And it looks, and then the Davis looks up at the tentacles and goes, "You know what they say about large tentacles, don't you?"
I'm lost on that one. I do apologize. I'm sorry.
I haven't heard that euphemism.
Neither have I.
And Dave says, "Remind me to tell you later, should you survive." All right, so I assume I will get to Ace and Andreas in a sec for their shooting. I just want to double check that Gianni is not going to be shooting too, and that he's going to be doing his...
Johnny carries no weapon. He's such a...
I don't know.
Well, he does
I know,
now.
That was Rue going, Johnny carries no weapons. He doesn't want to cause harm. And I'm like, ah,
Hurt it! Hurt it now!
Yeah. All right, cool. So I will get to Gianni after this. So I will have Ace and Andreas roll their shots. Roll your shot for your brute squad. And Ace, roll yours using any advantages you have for this, of course.
Mother. Okay. Yep.
Do you also
And
want me
I
to
will
roll
need-
for tying off Gianni, or are you just gonna let that one go through?
I'll let him deal with that. I'm gonna have
Okay.
Gianni figure that out. I'll let you deal with the shooting.
All right, I will start with Strength 5 Brute Squad throwing some cannon shots. Oh, not too bad. That's 3 successes into with the cannon.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, got that. The cannons go, and you hear, and everyone, it makes the ship vibrate even more. But you hear this, like this huge, like guttural, vibrating kind of roar when the cannons hit. Ace, please.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 raises with none left over.
All right.
And
Well, Ace, that
Another one? Okay, sweet.
yeah. All right. You actually, with your guns, the way you hit it, it looks like you actually did a pretty decent hit on that tentacle.
I did it, guys.
It didn't like sever anything, but you
Sure.
see that you shot like something somehow, the angle and all of that, and the tentacle starts to go like this.
Yeah, you dirty great motherfucker, get off my ship! Nice.
What did you do running your game today? Well, I groaned a lot. And
Wait, what kind of game is this?
The best
that's what
kind?
Nathan asks me all the time. That's what
Right?
Nathan asks me all the time.
Question.
Yeah.
Does Andreas get his slash? Because that was my brute squad. That was one of the brute squads, not me.
You want to try to slash at it?
I totally want to slash that tentacle that you said is coming down on the ship.
Okay, so Ace shot it. You're gonna slash at it.
Yep, because
All right.
I need to roll personal dice to be able to use one of my knacks.
All right, go ahead. I'll let that happen.
All right, so it's weapon range. Cool. Swords and chef. Burning a hero point to activate my style, so I can add my finesse as well. 2 bonus die. Just if it's serious, I'm currently at 16 dice.
I'm banking my bonus die from both of them from the chat, just to in case I get, because I was rolling all 10 last time.
you just got another hero point.
I got it. Oh,
All right.
I'm
Chat,
paying
thank you so
attention.
much.
Thank you, chat. Math, Michael, math.
Doing as fast as I can.
No, I'm just
2, 4.
number 15s are the raise amount.
Yep.
Mhm.
6. 8. 10. 10 with 3 left over. 10 successes with 3 left over. And I'm not converting those into damage. Instead, I'm burning a
Okay.
hero point to activate Together We Are Strong. And I'm giving Gianni all of my successes. Because as long as he can hear or see me, I can give him any number of my successes.
There you go, bud.
Okay.
Johnny's like, woohoo!
And so
Alright,
basically,
cool.
as I slash it, I yell to Gianni, Encouraging words.
Encouraging words.
That sounds like you should say like encouraging words, Gianni.
Encouraging! Insert encouragement!
Be inspired.
There! Where is that?
That is
That's
main book. It
very
is a 5.1 that cost me 3
Your
because
leather
I am
bound
Sarmatian.
7C books.
So fancy.
I have the...
I know, you both
I-
do.
Almost picked it up at.
And this is before I wrote for them either. Yeah, I had all this before.
You're just a
So-
nerd.
Page
Mine's in another room.
155. Spend a hero point to give any number of your raises to another hero in the same scene as long as they can see or hear you.
What page is it?
155. It costs a hero point to use. It's the same trick I did during the big fight at the last season
Alrighty.
Cathedral?
at the cathedral,
Alright.
Okay.
where I can spread around my massive number of raises.
Yeah, so you're not doing any damage at all? You're
Correct.
just... Okay.
Because
So how many
it's,
raises was that?
I gave Gianni 10 raises.
Okay. Alright.
And now he gets to just spend those any way he wants. So if he needs to use them to divert damage along with whatever, he can do that as well.
Alright, so, Gianni, you're next, because Ace and Andreas have gone. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is, let's do, with 3 successes, please, I would like you to do a finesse and athletics, please.
Yay.
The glare
Well,
off
that's
that
something I am really
shiny
good
boots.
You're trying to get tied off, and you're trying to hang on for your life first, and then we will deal with your dagger and all of those threads and everything like that.
Alright. Line up quick. So I got a 9, a 9. Line that 7, so that's 15. Line that up, that's another 15. Line that up, and it puts me 1 short
One
of
short.
another 15. So, but I have 4 in that in athletics. So each 15 counts as 2 successes. So that's 4 raises total.
All right, so you're good. You're absolutely good. Yeah, you know, hook your legs in, and you get, you know, tied off and all of that. All right, cool. So now you can do your sortie if you would like to do that or something else.
Yeah, I'm going to utilize the sortie to tie off, untangle, and cut lines, and keep trying to undo this norm.
Okay,
And
cool. So you have 10, and plus the 4 you got before, that's 14. So you will need to make a roll to see if you get the last one. And that's just for, you know, detaching them. Cutting them is going to be, you know, that's sort of kind of just detaching and then attaching them to the dagger. To try to sever is going to be another process altogether.
all right. Ooh. Good roll. All right, and I know the danger points expenditure only lasts once per round. Or did you spend for this to be a 15 on this round again?
Oh, yeah. I have enough. I'm going to.
I figured.
Burn
Well, I
them
guess
danger
that's right.
points.
It went around for it started with Gianni,
Yeah.
so going it
Yeah.
lasted until going back to because I was counting 15.
All right, I got 2 successes.
All right, cool. So you have managed to detach these lines, and there's a lot of them, and put it on this dagger and attach them to this dagger. Okay, cool. So next round we can go into what's going to happen after that. But at this point, Gianni has taken those threads that are going off somewhere, and has taken them and attached them. So now what you have are those threads. Kind of the knife is in the middle, so you kind of have those threads attached to the dagger, and then those going out to where the storm and the kraken are. So what you kind of create is like an intermediary. You know, like if you're going to cut something off, you want to make sure one end is anchored, sort of thing. All right, cool. All right, and Nanette. At this point, you are just going around and you know, helping people who are, you know, throwing up, keeping track of Pip and Squeak, and one of the people over there comes over and is like, oh, should there be a water over here?
Bilge cruise.
Yeah. Yeah, and you go over, and in one of the corners, you can see it's not like a huge hole and water is just gushing in, but you can see that it's starting to, you know, at least come up a little bit.
Well, we do have a carpenter, so
We do.
I don't think we've named our carpenter. But
Did
we
we not?
yeah, I'm not seeing one on here, but it's fine. We have a carpenter. It's
Karen?
No, it's stop it. Don't make music jokes.
Let's say
Jeez.
it'd probably either be Bear or
God.
but we'll.
Yeah,
I don't think
It's
anyone...
the reports are they report to Bear, but we should have carpenters below decks working on those kinds of issues, as well as a bilge crew dealing with the water situation. So Nanette's just going to, whoever is not throwing up and is capable of moving around, she's going to make sure, like, she's micromanaging. She's like, you, go find Monsieur Bear and his crew, and we need people down here to fix this situation. We may not be out there dealing with the storm or the kraken, but the work down here is no less important. The ship will not float without us.
Alrighty. So, now that the kraken has made an appearance, the kraken gets to go. And I'm actually gonna roll dice for this. All right. Four. All right, cool. All right. So, what happens is you all feel like this like kind of uplift in your stomach, and underneath the storm you see the water like receding away from the boat,
Gross.
and the ship is being lifted, and two more tentacles start to appear behind, like come up behind the ship.
Hold on!
Alrighty, excellent. Alright, so in terms of the belladonna, we have the sheet for the belladonna, don't we?
We do.
Yep, I am recording
Custom
hits
and
and other
everything.
things. How many
Alright,
hits
would
did you
somebody
take?
like to- Huh?
How many hits did she take?
What is her stats there? Just out of curiosity?
Her stats?
Yeah, like
She
The
can just
5
take.
strength.
Yeah, she's currently has a full crew complement of 10. 10 strength that's been split into 2 groups of 5. And she has taken 0 hits.
all right. So she will take 2 from that, from being creaked and lifted out of the water.
Okay, so she is still hasn't taken her first critical hit yet.
Not yet. But that definitely, you know, you can hear the boards and all of that. And of course, below, the kids are trying to poke. You know, they don't open the window; they're just looking out it right now to see what's happening. They're just pressing their faces against them. All right. Okay. So, all right, Andreas, you will be up next. That has happened. What are you going to do?
Andreas is going to order the. Now, do we currently have a tentacle wrapped around us?
Not yet. Had the tentacle up and it shot it, and then there are a couple more that were coming up, but they haven't wrapped around yet. The ship has kind of been lifted up, and then the tentacles have kind of come around it. The first one would have been, but then Ace shot it and hit a good hit, so the tentacle kind of went. I'm not gonna grab at you right this second. You hurted me.
All right.
So no, not fully wrapped around. But it does look like it's probably gonna head that way.
All right. He will order the militiamen or militia folk, I should say, to prepare to basically just cut at the tentacles with whatever weapons is their choice, and get the cannons to reload to fire again.
Okay. All right. So those will be able to fire next time.
Okay.
You can do that. And what about your people? Do you want to roll for them? Is Andreas gonna take a shot or anything as well, or?
Andreas will attempt to slash at the tentacles again, because that's about the best he can do, unfortunately, without having to start to make deals,
Right.
which he's
David's
currently
there,
avoiding.
perfectly dry.
Oh no, I'm very aware.
He's you know they're there.
Oh, I'm very aware.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll for your people, and you can roll for yours as well.
All right, people. 2 more for the 2 more from 2 more hits from the brute squad with the small arms, and then from me.
Counting.
It's a lot of counting in this game.
Count out loud.
4 successes with 4 dice left over.
Okay.
And I will just turn those into.
Are you doing
Or-
damage or?
Yeah, I'll just turn them into straight damage onto the.
All right. All right. So the people and Andreas, are they going after the same tentacle? There are now 3 above the water that they could use.
I think we'll
It's one
focus
that
on
Ace
the.
hit more.
I think we'll focus on the on the same
Already
tentacle to
hit
try to.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well-
Rue, I'm gonna give you what it takes real quick because we are not halfway there.
What's
Alright.
happening? Wait, what are you looking up?
How many hits we
I
can
was
take?
asking how many hits we could take in the cash.
Oh, yeah,
We
okay.
can take 4 critical hits for the ship, and then it takes 6 hits to start. 5 regular hits, and then you get a critical.
Oh, okay.
So we can take 24 critical hits before the ship
So
is.
it's different than people? Because
Yes.
the 5th one is the critical hit on people.
Yeah.
It
So
should
I
take
assume-
5 hits. Yeah.
So the ship takes 5 hits, but that 5th one is the critical.
Yep.
Okay, so it's the same as people. So we get 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I was
Alright.
hearing that wrong. I was like, oh, I thought it was like.
Yeah,
2
that's why I
critical
was
hits
doing
already.
this sheet like that, where I was going to let each
No,
of the
we
X
just
be-
got regular hits. Whew. Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I wasn't
was-
using the X's yet.
All right. Cool. All right. Thank you for clearing that up.
Sorry,
So,
didn't mean to
the
distract.
We're
ship-
learning rules.
Guys, it's
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, why not a season and a half into the show?
Well, we've never had
This is
ship
our first
combat,
ship fight!
except for the first episode, but we were supposed to lose that one. So,
Well, I mean, how often do you get to fight a crack?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, you had shot at Ace, and then Andreas, comes to help you out, and his other people. And what ends up happening is when Andreas makes his hit to the one that you and the others have already done, it like severs almost this tentacle because you've done a critical on it, and blood just like from the tentacle just kind of sprays over the deck from this tentacle. And another roar from the and the tentacle kind of flops back. Go ahead and I'm gonna let Ace and Andreas take a dodge roll there since they're right there.
okay, so we're talking like finesse and athletics.
That's an athletics, yeah. Go ahead and try to get out of the way of this flailing tentacle. You'll need 3. Not total, but each.
Yeah.
And then we still have 15s.
Yes, we're still.
Well,
Oof, indeed. Oof, indeed.
I believe in you. Both of you.
Both of you. Believe. For both of you.
I don't believe in your dice, but I believe in you.
You don't believe in my dice either, because I'm looking at my dice.
I have 3 dice left over, but I did get 3 successes.
I have
Okay,
2
but-
dice left over, and I did not get through 3 successes. I got 2.
All right. All right. So, Andreas, you're going to have to spend your next turn getting up because you have been thwacked to the deck. So, please take it won't take much because it was flailing around. So, just take 3. Take 3 hits there from that. All right.
All right.
All right, so that was Andreas. So now Ace, you've just that tentacle has been flailing around. You managed to dodge it. Blood all over you now.
I look and smell fantastic.
I mean, it is raining, so it's not like we aren't in a shower
So
time.
can I
You
have
have to be wet and sticky.
This is a GM call.
Okay.
And it may not even work, but Ace wants to try something, and all
Sure.
she wants to do is knowing that Kaya can feel her touch the birthmark. She is going to frantically touch the birthmark, and she's
Oh,
no, she's gonna kind of hit it, and then she's just gonna be like on a whim. She's just gonna go, "Tell me you're okay right now," and then she's gonna ignore it and just it's in a frantic moment of God, I don't know if this will work, but she tries to send something that says tell me you're okay.
Okay.
But if not, that's fine.
No, I can
But
do
can
that.
I do that as a free action, or does that take my whole turn?
No, that can be free. I'll let
Okay.
you do something else.
Okay, cool. So what I want to do is take this turn to see, now that the tentacle that was in front of my face is kind of flopped off.
Yeah.
Can I see the beast, and can I see, is any part of him above water that looks like maybe an eyeball or something sensitive? Can I use my eyeballs and my notice stuff to see if I can't figure out a good place to shoot such a creature?
Well, looking at what's going on now, with the ship kind of raised up
Yeah.
as it is.
I assume he's under us, right?
Yeah. So you're figuring you will have to hang over the side of the ship to be able to see what's happening there. But, but ostensibly just looking, you can't see anything except the tentacle.
I'm tied off. I will stupidly hang over the side. I will jump over the taffrail where I'm tied off and stand perpendicular to the ship.
Alrighty. Okay, let's see. Athletics and finesse, probably. Unless she, I suppose she can do it finesse, try to be dexterous, but she can also brawn it if she wants to.
And just by finesse it.
Okay, go ahead and finesse it then. You are going to need. This is going to be a little bit rough. So if you have anything to help you, I would suggest you use it. You're going to need 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah, at 15, because we haven't gotten to Gianni yet.
Finesse, and you said athletics, which was the roll that I just made for the dodge, so I can't take my bonus die for that.
That just gave you an extra D10.
Sweet, thank you, like Dave or Frank. You've been very kind to us tonight. I'm going to put in, so I'm going to put all of my 3 bonus D10s that I've been given from chat. I do get 1 from Sea Legs, which lets me use that for anything on a ship. So, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna see what happens.
Do it, baby! Ace just unrolls the thing, and she just, like a badass, just kind of starts to lower herself over the side of the ship.
Cussing in terror the entire time. So I want you to have the yeah, she looks like a badass. Anybody who's near enough that can hear her just hears motherfucker! Shit's cursing, motherfucker!
Gianni makes this look so easy, and then here you are, just trying to make it work. You're doing
Trying
your
to
best.
make it work. Okay, so
Flipping Squeaker in there was like, I've never heard that.
I've never heard those words before.
That's
reroll 1.
while Rue is counting, the mental image I have in my head is Ace goes over the side, is currently diving, has the guns like out there, John Woo style, and that's the exact moment when Squeak is like, huh? And so you see Ace going past, swearing at his door, past Squeak.
Yes. The infirmary gets to see Ace walk down the side of the ship.
Yes, that is happening. That is happening.
The children are gonna try this now. I hope you know this. There's no stopping them.
I apologize, okay?
It's a John Woo scene. There have to be dubs.
I got four raises and 1 left over if you would like to.
I'll take the 1 left over. Take a hero point.
Yay.
All right. So you go down, like loosening the rope down the ship. You flop a little against one of the windows, just a little bit as you're going to, and you swing into the infirmary.
Yeah. You guys just hear piss. pissed.
And you see like a smattering of auburn hair against the window. Nanette just
Yeah, that's all you see, and then it's gone. She's gone.
she's gone.
I'm solving your problems, Nanette. I'm just
You
taking
haven't
this one out of
scratched
there.
the surface of my problems.
Well,
You
we're just
lower yourself
getting rid of this one.
below the ship, and you go past like what you see of like the normal kind of fungi and all the stuff that kind of gets under below the water line of the
Particles.
ship.
Yeah.
And all of that, you go down and you're lowered and you clear the bottom of the ship, finally. And you see below you this giant squid head. The eye is like looking, it's just huge, and you see like the pupil contract as it kind of turns towards you.
Can I enact my my hubris and get a hero point and be like, oh, I see you too, motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sweet. I'll take that third hero point.
You're like yeah. So now you and the Kraken are just
we're just mean mugging each other, you know, in the middle of this fight. I'm like, okay, babe, we got this. Let's dance.
the Kraken roars in what's probably Welsh shit in Kraken.
I speak that.
You speak Kraken.
For all
Okay,
that
okay.
rum, of course they do.
Moving on. Gianni. Okay. So you are tied there. You have now done all of this. Okay? You have seen that the blood catches you up there too. I mean, it just, you know, as you see this tentacle, and then Ace lower her, you know, go over the side of the ship. What are you gonna do now?
Yeah, Gianni's just holding up cards to grade my repel down the side of the ship. 7.5.
7.
Yeah, 7.5. Could be better.
That's what the 7 of cups.
Oh god.
He's using his sword aid deck.
He's using his sword aid deck.
Is
All
that
right.
the fool along with the 7? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, cutting lines this one.
All right. Again, this knife does cut through everything. But it will only do like one at a time. Like you can only like trying to get through, you know, you kind of experiment trying to slice them all at once. But you're kind of going magic against magic here. So again, you will need 15 successes over time to sever all of these lines. So go ahead, Sorte and Vanessa. Let's see how many you're getting.
Do you still have some of those 10 that...
I had one left. I think I used last.
Okay.
I am yeah. Two. Right, not bad at all. Goes there. There we go. I'm gonna ask, and I'm gonna be stupid because I asked, but are you upping my difficulty again?
Yes, I'm going to since I have it. Thank you.
Would have been 4 successes, but that makes it 2.
All right.
How many more do you need for your 15?
Huh?
How many more do you
13.
need?
Uh,
So you used all 10 that Andreas gave you?
Oh yeah, that's what we burned in the
that's how we
first
got through
section.
so quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Alrighty then. Nanette. The ship does do a little lurch, so do athletics and finesse to try to stay up. You will need 3 successes for that.
He's a dainty, hungover lady, so this is gonna go great. I'm gonna use one of those chat D10s because I'm gonna need them.
Do it. We're gonna get more. I can feel it.
Might need to use one of those rerolls too.
Okay.
Well, it's 2 successes.
All
Despite
right.
my best efforts.
So it lurches, you fall. You've been here, so you're gonna need to spend your next getting up. Now, the Krakens. The ship lurched because the tentacles are coming down on the ship. Let's see.
Our Donna's not gonna be so Bella for too much longer.
That's 1. It's 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay. Alright. The tentacles come down. The 2 in the back come down and you hear crunching. Take 6 for the ship. You now have a critical wound on the ship. Alright. Andreas, you are still down and trying to get up, but your people can go. If you would like.
Andreas, of course, stands up. The brutes will try to attempt to cut the tentacles away, and the cannons will fire.
Okay?
2 hits from the brutes, cutting away at the tentacles on the deck.
Okay?
And 2 hits from the cannons.
Alright. So what's the total hits?
4.
Are they hitting the same one?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. So the cannons go off on that side and snap one of the tentacles. And again, because it was that many and it already had a little bit on it, it goes. It you know, huge tentacle. With the cannons, and more blood sprays onto the deck. So now there is 1 tentacle, and y'all are, the ship is up there. I don't know. If everyone was taking shots every time I said tentacles, somebody would be dead right about
We'd
now.
be.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 100% dead.
That's why we don't have a. That's why we don't have a pirate drinking game. So.
Yeah.
That's right. It'd be bad.
It would. I didn't think of it though. Every
Yeah,
time
you
the
did
Kraken-
mention it, and we
we
decided
all agreed it was a bad idea.
if we want to
Alright.
continue to have people to show up to our show, we need to not kill them with drinking games.
All right. So that's what happens. Ace,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
it is your turn. You are
Eye to
Big
eye with this
black.
motherfucker. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. There's nothing else. Okay.
It is like the waves below you are kind of, because you can see the underneath where that is
It's
coming
like
out.
a roiling.
Roiling,
Just
yeah.
mess. All right, and just because I want to be sure, because nobody has asked and I didn't hear it said, this Kraken has 8 tentacles that we can see. Okay,
Now it has 6.
Now
Okay.
it has 6. You got
that's
2
fine.
away.
I just wanted to make sure he wasn't like a mutant or something and was
No.
rocking like
8.
15. Okay, sweet. So I'm gonna shoot that bitch in the eye. I'll be like,
Shoot
I don't
that
like
bitch
the
in
look
the
you're
eye."
giving me, lad. And I just just haul off and shoot him.
All right.
Yeah, I get to shoot again. All right. 1, 2, 3, and raises are 15.
Yep.
5, 6, 7, 1, 1,
need 3 for this. I mean, it's
Sure,
well,
sure.
yeah. You need 3 for this, and then you can do damage.
Okay. Oh, well, that's clutch.
I mean, it's a big target. It's a big fucking.
It's a big fucking eye, and it's looking right at me. And all right, so that's an 8 and a 7, which is 1. And then I've got 2 10s, 2 9s, a 7, and 2 6s. So let's do a 10 and a 6, 10 and a 6, a 9 and a 7, and 1 left over. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, sorry, there's an extra dice on my tableau. 4 successes, 1 left over. 4 raises, 1
Perfect.
left.
All right. And all right, so go ahead and do damage. Whatever your gun has, I think.
Do the guns have damage?
Yeah, they do a dramatic wound automatically.
Yeah.
That's right. There we go.
All
Throw
right.
dramatic wound right in his eye hole.
All right. Yeah. So what you see is, you just see when the lightning strikes, you see your reflection in its pupil, hanging underneath the ship as you take your shot and watch the whole with this squelch that everyone can hear on the deck.
Somebody
as well.
pull me up as I'm gonna drown on the ship when it falls.
That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Alrighty then. All right. Again, I am spending this time. And Gianni, so after the you feel the ship kind of go down really, really fast because it's like ever been on a plane and have turbulence? It's like that, just like because that thing just got in a huge roar, bellows out with the squelching noise.
Ooh, and he's going up.
Yeah, so that's what happens. So everybody that's on deck or underneath can hear all of that and feel all that. Just the drop and the squelch and the roar. Yeah.
That's all Ace says.
She's just under the water, hair flying.
Surrounded
all
by
right.
eyeball juice.
All right, so when I come around to everybody, I'm gonna have them so Gianni, go ahead and make an athletics and finesse roll to stay up there with that. You're tied off, but you still gotta, you're doing something that requires concentration. So let's see.
Thankfully, roll I'm good at.
You hear everything, huh?
You'll just need two, I think, to stay up for that drop. You're kind of prepared.
I'm good at this. Do I get anything in this game for extra raises? I can never remember.
What do you mean extra raise? Like if you go beyond?
Yeah,
How
like
many
beyond
you
what their total was. Because technically at this point, because it's my athletics where I get my exploding 15s, or where it counts as 2.
Uh-huh.
Right now I'm looking at 5 successes.
Okay. Yeah.
You do it real good.
Really?
Yeah.
pushed
Oh,
it real
you're solid. You're solid. And because you're so solid, I'll even give you an extra bonus success to cut the lines because you're so solid on that.
Yeah.
So
Opportunities.
go ahead and roll your sortie, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, he said.
Oh, my dice just got on fire.
Nice.
Well, someone's is.
So I will ask again, Danny. Are you gonna increase my range?
Oh, didn't I thought I spent that already.
They
I
did
thought I
already
remember-
spend.
Okay.
Yeah, I remembered. Yeah.
All right. So even with the expenditure, I actually got enough for 3 successes.
Nice. So
Not
you're
bad.
at 5 now, just got 10 more. And whatnot. So, okay, Nanette, you pull yourself up just to have the ship lurch again. So another finesse and athletics for Nanette. A 2. Because, you were getting up, you were pretty close. So, staying stable, you're a little closer to the ground. So you can...
I got a 1 raise because the floor is my new best friend, and I'm just going to stay there.
Nanette's just holding on to something.
Bilge crews, we're starting to get a lot of water down here. Please.
Yeah, they need to be fixing some shit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Now it's cracking.
It's crackle.
Every day I'm cracking and cracking. Oh, sorry. All right, we got a 1. We got 2. We've got 3. 4, 5. All right. All right, so I have the ship take 6, please.
Shit.
Yeah. More crunching wood. More,
You said last week you would not destroy this ship?
It's okay, guys. It's
You
not
are about
destroyed
to.
yet.
It's not yet. I mean, if we take
We're fine.
2 more of
You guys
those,
should
we're
be
out.
about half by now. Like, you should be,
No,
like...
we are over half. We are well over half.
What, like 3? By like 3?
Like full.
We
like,
take another one of those hits, we are done. The ship is gone.
Yeah.
How can that can't be right, because you guys took 5.
3, then 6, then 6.
So we've
6.
gotten 2 criticals. Actually,
No, because criticals are 10. So you would have 2 criticals at 10. Because you're 5 and 5.
No, you've been hitting us 6 and 6.
yeah, you
and
did
then
6,
3
6,
before that.
and then 3 before that.
So you've hit us
So we're
15 times.
Okay,
So
Yeah,
we're
so that-
yeah, 1 more hit and we're dead. Yeah.
you got 1 more crit. Not 1, well, depending on how.
So we're at 3 crit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
you're at
4.
3. Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, Nanette has already purchased another ship.
This is true.
Just in
and,
case.
I mean, the carpenters are supposed to be able to fix shit as it happens. So I mean, if you let one of the brute squads just be carpenters and like
That's what's gonna happen.
fix stuff,
Yeah.
and then maybe we can reclaim some wounds in the middle of combat. But yeah, we're at 3/4 of the way gone. So
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Andreas, your turn.
Uh,
You're now up and ready to take action.
Andreas sees his ship about to go.
What's that?
Andreas is seeing his ship about to go. He is going to order all hands to make repairs as best as possible, and then he's going to rush that final tentacle that's wrapping around the ship.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do it.
So I will roll for the brute squads to do repairs. Two successes.
How many?
I'm doing repairs. 2.
2? Okay, cool. So take 2. To stop. So you can take 2 back. For that.
and so if this works the same way as people do, so we lose regular wounds, but that doesn't remove the critical wounds. But
Right.
it allows us to take more little hits before we get another. Okay, I'm just wanting to make sure that I understand how all it works.
Absolutely.
We
Isn't
don't-
this
we-
exciting? Isn't this
Mm.
exciting?
It's terrifying, but yes, exciting. This is yes, it's both. It's same emotion for me.
I don't know
Terrifying,
about y'all, but I'm
exciting.
having a great time.
I can tell. That's what's important.
Obviously.
Obviously.
All right, Michael, how's Andreas doing on that tentacle?
Andreas is rushing the tentacle, being his normal whirlwind to
You
steel,
rushed that tentacle, huh?
burning a hero point.
Enthusiastically?
More like an absolute rage.
Oh,
Ooh,
blood is flying off of him as he moves, like almost a
Yeah, blood.
lightning bolt in the storm.
nice.
Uh,
Okay.
hold up. 4 plus 1.
What? You have a moment of revelation, Rue.
I had a moment of a question we should have asked beforehand.
What?
We have an ally sailing with us, right? Can they shoot? Can the Sapphire Dawn shoot at this thing? I mean, they haven't been able to shoot. They haven't shot at all.
They
this
haven't
time.
really been able to get close enough to you. With
Okay,
the
so they're
storm.
not sailing with us.
Well, they're sailing like.
They can just see us get torn apart. Okay.
I feel if they're gonna try and shoot anything in this this close of a melee, it's just gonna.
Can
not.
It would hit
I
us more.
can I spend a hero point or multiple hero points to say that Captain Stormrider or someone walks to our ship?
Sure, but let me finish Andreas's turn.
Yeah.
All right,
sorry.
so I have 8 successes, and Andreas is treating this like a goddamn training dummy.
Just tell me
And
how
so-
you take out that tentacle. So
So,
tell me how Andreas
At this
takes
point,
it out.
he is effectively slashing it. When it twitches towards him, he riposts. It does more damage. He slashes it again. He just bashes into it. When like one of the suckers like reaches out to him, he parries it and then shams right into it, followed by just lunging right through it. Upwards of like 30 damage if I really work it out.
Yeah, that tentacle is gone. So what happens is the other tentacle goes more debris along. I mean, this deck. I mean, Gabe, our cabin boy, our swabby is gonna have heart attack. You can let him know that. Well, the deck is kind of covered.
He's gonna have so much work to do. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great. It's very
As he-
very fulfilling for him.
Give him
As
a
he-
raise. Give him
As
a
he
raise.
turns around to face the rest of the crew, because I was on the back of the ship, like he is completely covered in blood. Like all it is the whites of his eyes.
Looking like Nick Cage and Mandy. I don't know if you ever saw that. It's the eyes, it's the crazy. Anyway. All right, yeah. So what happens? Andreas does that, and the ship had lurched down. It now fully hits the water, but it already kind of lurched down. That you do not see like you see it under the water, but the ship, it isn't doing anything to the ship at the moment. I mean, it just got 3 tentacles blown, so it kind of sunk underneath for a bit. But you don't suspect. I mean, Ace, from your vantage under the water.
I was gonna say, do I need to roll something to make sure I don't just like swallow a whole lung?
That'll
like,
be
lungs
on your
full of-
turn.
Okay.
But you can see it kind of come down a little bit more, and it's still in the area. But it's now your turn, Ace, so you can spend your hero points and get back on the ship.
Yeah,
and
I'm
all of
just
that.
looking for someone else that maybe can join the fight. Whether that's it doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have to be Captain Stormrider, but somebody that has a weapon that could, hack and slash. Ace doesn't know exactly what's gone on up deck or anything, but yeah, just because we do have an ally out here, how many hero points do you wish me to spend? I have
All right.
3.
Well, how many would you? Okay. So, what are you picturing? Like a contingent? Like one person? Like?
No, probably just one person. Just extra. I don't want extra people to have to come through.
So it's gonna have to be at least the Porte Mage and
maybe
whoever
the Porte
else.
Mage can fight.
Yeah.
We don't fight.
They're not all sissies.
There is a sword school specifically dedicated to combining Porte Mage and
Yeah, I mean, I'll spend all 3 of them if we can make that happen. Like if we say that.
I will have you spend 2.
Okay.
Okay, let me put it this way. If you spend 2, you will get the Porte Mage and somebody else. If you spend 3, I'll let you have Ileana Stormrider.
Okay, I'll spend 3. Though I have her gun. I hope she has another one.
Oh God!
Right.
I just realized where
She's
she's
a
gonna pop
professional.
out. You do realize where she's gonna pop out, right?
With me.
Yep.
I mean, it's somewhere near, right? How near?
Oh,
are
well,
we
within
talking?
5 feet.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
She's
on
gonna
the
come
deck,
in.
it would be
She's
on
gonna
the
come in
deck.
under. She doesn't know that I'm underwater. I mean, it makes sense.
No, she can. A good port. I mean, they can land near. Like it's not like Porte Mages open up a portal in a person or anything like that.
Well, no. But I mean, within
But they
5 feet
could.
of me is underwater. She
Right.
appears in the bilge because I'm underneath. You know, she appears inside the hull, but
Yeah, probably down below.
Well, we
Yeah.
can assume that well, let's see if we can get you pulled up first.
Yeah,
We can do
yeah.
these in appropriate order so that doesn't happen.
sure. So do I need to roll to not drown and swallow just seawater first?
do an athletics and finesse to pull yourself and have and somebody else if somebody else wants to roll like for somebody on the crew helping out to pull Ace up, they can
Sure.
do so.
Then
Roll 5 dice.
My dice are garbage.
Whoever's
It should be
gonna roll
Gianni.
Me roll 5
it's
dice?
whoever.
Oh, whoever.
No. All right. Let me repeat.
Okay, sorry.
Ace, you're gonna do finesse and athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Somebody else can, because Gianni's up in the tops, Nanette's down there, Andreas is dealing with something. But somebody on the crew,
Somebody on
one
the
of other
deck. Bear
two
or
can
Keg or
roll.
somebody.
Right.
And I'll roll that 5
They roll 5 dice for them. Roll 5 dice for them, and we will need a 4 successes total between you two.
Between the 2 of us? Oh.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be that confident, but I'm fairly
Well, I just got
confident
3.
with where I am. Let's see here. You just got 3 at 15?
Oh, at 15, I got 3 right. At 15, I got 2.
All right.
You'll need 2.
I'm at 2, 3, and 2 left over. So a total of 5 between the 2 of us.
Okay, excellent. So I'm gonna say with that, you can either on your way up do 1 damage to the Kraken, who has 10 left for the main, and then of course the other tentacles. Or you can use it for an advantage of Ileana having a really badass weapon with her. One of the 2.
Am I allowed to confer with my party?
Yeah, of course.
Guys, what do you say? Badass weapon or
the badass weapon. It has perked my interest.
the other option was another critical hit on the Kraken?
Oh yeah, it would be a dramatic wound because you use guns.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna take the normal gun hit and take. I think the
Okay.
critical hit is more because Ilyana may never make a shot.
Right. So
Which
with
is so
everything
badass.
going, with everything going on, so that it's down to All right. All right. So what you have right now is the Kraken has 5 left, 5 tentacles left, and looks pretty damaged in body from what you caught before you were yanked out of the water. The ship coming down on it and you shooting it. I mean,
Yeah.
that was pretty,
I'm
pretty.
probably
And
gonna
then, but once back on the ship, that you all 3 have probably heard this at some point when Forte magic happens.
Sure.
And a young woman, looks to be in her 20s maybe, blonde hair, comes through, and then behind her comes Ileana Stormrider, and she is carrying what amounts to a freaking elephant gun, like a huge elephant gun. Like, do you remember, you ever see Tremors?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that badass one that Bert pulls out?
Yeah.
Like that. That's what she has.
Okay.
She basically saw what was happening and like hit the glass in case of emergency and was like, all right, time to pull out old Painless, you know, like, and steps onto the deck and catches your eye and kind of gives you this look like, you okay? Like, you know, quick amongst the rain.
Water just comes out of my mouth.
Oh, God.
Andreas just steps out next to her, completely covered in blood. Captain.
Yeah,
Captain,
just
Captain.
fine. Just
Captain.
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 That's just how they talk now.
All right. Okay, so what's going to happen now since the Kraken has gone down a little bit? It won't come around or the next turn. It's going to sit a turn out from all the stuff going
The
on.
ouchies.
So you will have a bit of time to do something if you need to. Repair the ship, move your position, anything that you would like to do. You could try to shoot through the water, but the Kraken is not exactly, you know, you have to shoot through the water, so it's not exactly easy. So Gianni, yeah, all right, that's what's happening. You're up there, and I assume you want to do your sortie.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, once again. Oh,
She's spinning it. Get with her spinning it.
That's where it's going. I'm cool.
Use them or lose them.
I don't think I counted.
1, 2, 3. I'm spending the extra point that I got. The extra D10. Hang on a minute.
Oh, baby. No, man.
1, 2. I think I just eat 5 with 3.
3.
Yep.
All right. So you are now at 8 of 15 with that. And you'll get another turn before the Kraken comes back. All right. Nanette, you can finally get up and are soaked. God knows what's in this water by now in the vomitoria. I mean, Nanette is
God.
Look,
I mean, I don't know how
I've
else to
had
put
worse
it.
days.
I'm
Honestly,
delicate.
this is not the best, but there have been worse. But it's fine. We can wash up afterwards. Right now, the priority is patching the ship. So if we can do it to a nunnery in the middle of a storm, we can do it to a ship. So we'll just get on that.
All right, so Nanette, I'm gonna let you make a roll since you're directing people down there and the carpenters and trying to do that. Go ahead and roll 6 dice. And 15 at 15 raises. 15 for a raise. And tell me how many you get. This is Nanette supervising. Leadership. You
Covered in vomit, but you
do
know,
this.
it's the presence that counts. It's a total of 2 raises with 1 die left over.
All right, so take 2 more healing for the ship. 2 more small ones.
Ooh.
That helps.
Every little bit counts.
Yeah, and the Kraken. It would be the Kraken at this point, but the Kraken's under the water going like, what the
You got an extra D10 there.
What the hell? These treats were never that prickly before. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that's what the Kraken's doing. Having a identity crisis. Regretting life choices, I guess. All right, Andreas.
Andreas is going to also help. He's going to try to create space. So he's going to order them to basically. Which way is the wind going?
It's a
We took the
storm.
sails down.
Yeah,
What? I mean,
because
what's going to be the difference between directions? I guess because I didn't really think about that. I'll be honest. So, what's our goal here?
Yeah.
What's our goal with
the
knowing
goal
which
is to
way
create
the
space
directions?
so that something with fewer limbs to swim with potentially comes up like at a different direction than us. So running.
Oh, okay. You're
So
trying
I'm
to get
basically
the ship.
unfurling all the sails to catch as much wind as possible and just book it.
I
Oh,
wish we had less than 3 critical wounds because I have an advantage that would get us away.
I know.
It takes a critical wound to do it.
Basically, he's going to order them to basically let out all the sail while the rest of the crew is still doing as much of the repairs they can. So, repairs and sails.
okay.
Repairs.
I'll see every success above 2, considering what you're trying to do for both of those things and splitting it up. You can repair small damage if you like.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll need 2 just to have everybody get in position and do what they need to do. But everyone after 3, you can repair another one.
Sounds good. All right. So I made it past 2.
Question, Danny.
3.
Yeah.
4.
Are the tentacles considered a brute squad?
Basically, as soon as they get a I'm kind of. I mean, they're not a brute squad.
Right.
The way that, but they aren't treated like that.
Okay.
But when they get a when they get a dramatic wound, they go. Is what happens with those.
Okay.
But they don't get treated like brutes. I saw Michael's eyes light up. It's
I know. Well,
Because
he and
all
I
of us have
both
so many
brute-
tricks that are
We
fantastic
have
against
the brute
brutes.
squad thing where like I can spend a raise and reduce a brute squad by 4.
And
I
I
just
can just
didn't
reduce
know
this.
if like one tentacle was like a brute squad, and if I say I did it, but if they take a critical when I shoot them anyway, it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
you guys have been able to take out the tentacles in like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
to-
asking.
yeah, total of 4 raises. So.
Okay, so you can take 2 more. You know, stabilize the ship.
Thanks, Chad.
Yeah, chat's coming in clutch tonight. Thank you all for being here and
There-
for helping us out.
They're just
All right.
feeding us like D10s like grapes.
I
Um,
mean, they're not giving me anything.
You're doing okay.
Um,
You can buy our
and
dice, Danny.
For this maneuver, for the particular maneuver, do you want me to roll warfare?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, because you're trying to go ahead. Sure. Why not?
Wits plus warfare. Just 3 successes on how successful my maneuver is.
All right.
Not as good.
How many?
3.
3? All right. What I'm going to say is, because you are able to get a bit away, you are able to move like a little bit and get away. So whatever the Kraken does when the Kraken gets its turn again, it'll be reduced by 2. Because you're far enough away that you're not in like the direct. So just remember that. Like if I do 6, you'll get 4. That
Okay.
sort of thing. All right. So, I will do Ace, and then we will end the round, and then we will take a short break. So Ace, what are you gonna do?
If there is another, okay, so Buddy Boy's underneath the water, right? But it's
Right. Yeah.
some of
You
his
guys are
tentacles
basically getting
still-
like a reprieve. Yeah. You can see it kind of under the water, but it's it's you guys are getting like a brief, reprieve, and the ship is kind of trying to move away.
And okay, I'm gonna be like, Captain, clearly talking to Stormrider, Andreas. If I'm looking at her, I'm like, if we focus on the tentacles, maybe it'll stop hurting the ship as much. I say that in a much better way. Shoot her! That's what.
Showtime!
Yeah. So
Best line delivery.
yeah. So, but yeah, I'm gonna shoot one of the tentacles. I'm gonna try to shoot it as close to like trunk as I can. So like I understand that it's underwater, but I'm not gonna aim for like the tippy tips. I want to like get a shot in as low as I can to perhaps disable it from a more functional thing.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and make a roll. And I'll probably take. You'll probably only. I'm gonna say you're only gonna do half because you're shooting through water. So whatever.
Okay. My question is, how much of a tentacle is sticking above the water, or is nothing?
None. It's underwater.
None above water. Okay, none
No, it
sticking.
kind of went. It kind of
It's
went.
under?
Ow! Fucker! It kind of went.
Okay,
under.
then I'm not gonna do that. I misunderstood that. I thought some of it was above.
No. It kind of went under because it got hurted. It got hurted.
It got
It needs to recover.
Okay, then instead I am going to run up to the quarterdeck and I'm going to take the helm and I'm going to steer the ship. I'm just gonna, carefully and with respect punt August out of the way and start turning the ship.
Excusez-moi.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know in your language, sir. and yeah, as soon as Andreas starts to have like the sails unfurled and stuff, sailor mode kicks in.
So that puts Ace and Keg on the helm.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, whoever was there.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
whatever.
it's that storm is in a storm. You'd have two people manning the helm.
Okay.
Because of
Yeah.
how
I mean,
much
we could
strength
leave
is
the other
required.
guy
that's okay. They've worked together before, so
Yeah.
that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. With that, as the ship is trying to go, we are going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. And we'll come back and we'll see what Gianni's up to, how he is faring with his task. All right. So we'll see y'all in 10.
See ya.
Welcome back aboard, everybody. Welcome back. We are in the middle of dealing with the Kraken. We're in
We're
the
in the
midst
middle
of
of the crack.
yeah, exactly. More ways than one, probably. Uh, okay, so where we were at, our crew had been cutting tentacles off. They'd been raised up into the air. Captain Stormrider had come in. Ace had hung over the side of the ship and banged against the, just a auburn hair against the window. Pip and Squeak had tried to go out the window, trying to see the Kraken.
It has been
Yeah,
the
all
best
sorts
action movie ever.
Indeed. All right, so now we're back, and it is now Gianni's chance to go ahead, and I will tell you, I'm gonna use my last one for this round to make it 15. I'm all out of danger points, unless the chat.
I had you as having one more, but I'll take yours. It shows that you have one more.
Oh. I'd like to see.
Oh, I do. I'll keep.
Yeah, it says after using that one that you have one more.
All right, then I have this one. I have one more.
Goodness, how do I even range it? That's one success
Figure it
then.
out.
That's 2 successes. That's 3 successes again.
All right. So you were at 11. So you are only 4, right? Yeah, because you did. Yeah. So you need 4 more to go ahead and create that rift. So yeah. All right. So how are okay? So before I'm gonna move to Nanette, but I would like to ask, since Andreas is the captain and Michael has been checking the ship's status. What status is the ship at, Captain?
We are at 3 critical hits. We have. We can take 11 hits before we're sunk.
Nice.
All right.
Better than 5.
So, do you have any smaller ones left, or no, or just the 3 crits?
No, that's in total. If we take 11 hits, we'll take our last. We will take our last critical.
So yeah,
Alright.
we have 9-ish.
No, okay. All right, Nanette. You have a brief respite. How are you gonna use that?
We're gonna continue patching up all the holes and bilging as much as we can, because it doesn't seem like we've had many injuries down here at the present, so we're gonna work on keeping things going. Our crew's still doing great. Let's keep the ship in ship shape.
All right, cool. So go ahead and I will have you roll. You're gonna be directing people, correct?
Yes.
So let's do wits. And okay, is scholarship pretty?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, and she's been studying ship things,
Yes, she has.
which
So
is
go ahead
it's
and
like a
roll
thing.
that.
It's like
Go ahead and roll that. And it
I
is.
believe chat threw me
15
some extra d10s, so
They did
Go
indeed.
ahead.
You have at least 2, I think. Bloody.
you know what? Let's go for it. Oh, the cat is up, so there will be a tail shortly. It's coming. It's coming. She's gonna steal my dice.
Mine just tried to spill my soda.
Cat says, "I am the Kraken."
It's a lot of dice. I'm gonna do some math real quick here, and
Okay.
scholarship
Just
is my scholarship is my rank 4 skill. So sets of 15 are 2 raises for me. Oh, cat is not helping. Sorry, like she's directly over my dice with her body, aggressively trying to snuggle. So sorry, math is going to take a little bit.
It's alright, the cat helps.
Well, she's rolling all my dice around, so I give up. Thanks, Rev. This is what you started. You can't see her, but she's here.
Kitty.
Total of 7 successes and 2 dice left over.
All right. With that, I will actually let you repair one of the crits. With that
Okay.
much.
My bad. It should be 8 because I'm.
Either way,
15s
I'll
or
let, you,
doubles.
I'll let you take one of the crits for that because that was some efficiency and management on Nanette's part.
And great mathing on Allah's.
Look, it was like an extra hard difficulty with the added cat danger.
With the cat danger. Danger cat.
All right, are we
The
ready?
ship's mouser.
Kraken is now coming back. It's decided vengeance will be mine. But because of what, because you guys are going away, whatever damage is going to be half. All right, so take 3.
Make it 3.
What happens is you can't really see it, but you hear like crunch below the ship, like something's happening down there. You're not quite sure what. You hear a lot of wood, and the ship lurches, and so something's going on down there. All right, so Andreas, it is now your turn.
Andreas walks over to the side of the ship and looks down.
You see very dark shape just under, like you can see some water coming off the top of gray, blue, brown skin. So it's not like it's like just breaching the surface, really. Underneath.
Andreas will tell everyone to brace. Try to do some more repairs, and then he'll go. Captain Stormrider, would you please be so kind? I believe you have a shot.
Yes. Yeah. So she can take.
So let's do some repair work.
I'll go ahead and run Ileana. So she's gonna take that big ass freaking elephant gun. Oh shit. Ileana. Holy shit.
I hope this
I
is
rolled, no kidding, 4 10s. No kidding.
Nice.
That's my mom!
My dice also went nuts, and I really wish we only needed 10s. I would have ended up with like 8 or 9 successes on
Alright.
what I rolled. Instead, I got 4.
So you got 4. Alright.
4 for the ship to brace and repair.
Alright, okay. This Kraken is not looking good. Between your shot and Eliana's shot, and now you start to see blood kind of coloring the water underneath. Like, like it starts staining underneath the ship. Alright.
And then for Andreas himself, he is going to... I don't know, what would you use for an encouraging words to... He's trying to yell up to Gianni, like, Gianni, you might want to speed it up.
I can.
Johnny, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
But yeah, that's effectively what I'm trying to do. What would you call that roll?
Probably.
Nosh. Convinced?
Yeah, it would be.
Panache.
Yeah, convinced, definitely. Yeah.
I can work with that. I can roll with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will do good. I will.
I will.
I'm gonna do so good and so fast. I'm gonna be so good and so fast.
I am adequate. I am adequate.
I am enough. am enough.
Enough. And gosh darn it, people like me.
I'm smart. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I got 2 more successes for that.
All right.
I'm going to burn a hero point again for Together We Are Strong to give those 2 successes to Gianni.
Wait, isn't that once a scene?
Nope, it is. It just requires a hero point.
Really, it's not.
Okay, that does
Double check that.
not.
It's a 5. It's the 5-pointer. That's why it's brutal.
Well, I mean, Joie de Vivre is also a 5-pointer. That's a
It's
one.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
once per scene still.
May want to double check. But
I'm checking. It is not once per scene. It's probably because I have to burn my own successes plus a. Yeah, no. It's spend a hero point.
Yeah, it
to give-
doesn't say it.
Dang.
Neither does Joie de Vivre, honestly.
well, the verbiage of it is very particular
Yeah.
because it's just before a confrontation. So
Ah, yes.
Interesting.
Limit on advantages.
Yeah, some of them specifically say you can only use this advantage once per scene. Together We Are Strong does not.
It's the limits is on making sure that you
They
can't
can see or hear you.
Well, yeah, and the limit on advantages is about I can't use my come hither on Nanette without her player's consent. Come hither allows me to basically instantly seduce someone.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what the limits on advantages.
All right. So I'm rolling my sorte.
We haven't gotten to Ace yet, so you'll
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Slow down.
Slow my roll.
Okay. What are you planning to roll?
Me?
I'm talking to Andreas. I'm still dealing with Andreas and wanting to use his hero point.
That was the encouragement. That was the panache plus convince that I got
Alright,
2 successes
and how-
on.
You got 2. All right. Okay. All right. That's fine. And do you want to get them both to
Yep.
Gianni? All right. All right. Just keep in mind that it's kind of a little redot to give 10 successes every time, so I may limit that.
You only
extra-
gave
I
2.
only gave 2.
This was only 2 this time. He only rolled 2.
I know, but I'm telling him in the future, depending on what I know, but like, I will be completely honest, and this is part of transparency at the table with everybody that's listening. I do have a hard time making things challenging for y'all in terms of advantages and stuff. So just be prepared. 2 is fine. If you want to give that to him now, that's fine. He has 2 successes that he can use for whatever he wants. 2 raises he can use. But just keep in mind in the future, I may limit it for various reasons, in story or out. Just because. Because that is a hefty hammer to bring out if all you have to spend is a hero point to do it.
Well, hero point plus all of the raises.
Especially when the number of raises that you sometimes roll is what I'm saying. I mean, if it was 1 or 2, it's not a big deal. But I have seen you roll a lot, so I'm just warning you. I'm just telling you. It's fine this time, but I'm just saying that in the future it might not be able to be that way, depending on what the rolls are and how things go. Just because. I'm just saying that. Just for sake of balance and to actually make stuff challenging a little bit on occasion, I may make that decision. All right. Anyway, with that being said, Rue, what is Ace gonna do? You watched your mom. Let me say this is how that worked. Your mom she's in her regular, like, real working clothes. She's soaked. You watch her heave her leg up on top of the railing, almost standing fully on it, and blast that thing, like, into the water.
That's so cool! I want that gun! I'm not good at those kinds of guns, but I want it. No. Yeah, she totally,
Well,
that's her mom. Like, that's my mom! Whoa, it was fucking awesome! I let go of
everybody-
the wheel and like Keg rolls like the other way, and we're like, "Oh shit!"
So now everybody knows, huh?
Oh yeah, anybody who's paying attention.
Well, with a gun like that, it's hard to look away.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, the Ace likes two things: women and guns. And so this is she's overwhelmed. But yeah, so seeing that, is there any tentacles or anything near where I am up on the quarterdeck? If not, and
No.
okay, then shit. Can I use my catch the wind advantage?
Sure.
So what
Sure.
that says is I
Wait,
get
how
to.
many? Wait. What?
Mhm.
What was the restriction on that you had mentioned before?
So it will take a critical hit, but we did just repair one.
You did.
So now Ace doesn't know that. So I don't know. I mean, mechanically I know that. So that's the only
Right.
reason why I would try to do
Well,
that.
in plain terms, how that works is Ace would just be evaluating the state of the ship and
Right.
being like, "Can I push the ship this hard?"
Right.
And so how that would work in game. So
The
if
question-
you want to,
Oh wait! I can't. Never mind. I don't have HP.
Okay.
I forgot I spent it all to bring my mom over. So
Oh,
so forget that I said that. So yeah, I'm going to just be a sailor and help Keg and I guess count. I'm gonna just command. I'm just gonna start telling people what to do, where to go, what sails to tie down, whatever the fuck sail stuff.
so go ahead and roll a wits and sailing roll.
Okay.
And I'll give you a bit of, if you roll one success, you're going on the way and managing to stay your course and keep going away. Another advantage, you can pull a little further away.
Okay.
Pull a little farther, and then the Kraken's damage, if we get that far, will be reduced a little bit more.
Okay. We shall go here. I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus D10s as well. And we're still at 15s?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How many did you say I needed?
2. Just 2.
Okay, I got 4.
Okay, perfect. All right, cool. So yeah, you actually managed to get quite a bit, get some good headway. So with that, all right, Gianni. So I assume you're doing your last. Okay, at this point, Andres has given you 2 raises. So with that, if you get 2, that will give you enough to do what you wanted to do.
Yep. So let's do our last one then, or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to use my last danger point to make it 15 for you.
All right, you got it.
You can do it, Gianni.
Got this, Johnny.
I'm rolling one of them. Yep. I do have it.
All right.
1, 2, but I have 3 left over.
Okay. All right. So you're up there and you use that knife to cut the last one. And when that happens, the storm, everybody, I mean, even below, the storm just seems to dissipate. The clouds start to roll away. You can see that through the porthole in it, I'm sure. Feel the sea starts to calm down. It's still kind of going a little, kind of coming back from all of that. And, the clouds start to roll away. There's no more thunder and lightning. The rain peters off and starts, and you hear this roar. But then it starts to go away. And from the tops, you can see the shape of the Kraken going off away from the ship.
And a cheer raises from.
Yeah. The crew starts like, raising their store, whatever they have, you know.
Pip and
Pip
Squeak
and
are
Squeak.
already on deck.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They like tear away.
gonna get them some
Andreas just
dishes.
looks at them.
Uh, I'll hop down, slide down the sail or whatever, get down to the ground or down to the deck as fast as I can. Pass the knife off to Ace.
Okay, is it sheathed now?
Yes.
I will. I'm shaking out my fingers from having to hold on to the rail or the wheel so tight, but I will tie it back onto my belt.
Be extremely careful. We have no idea what.
It's my cool
It
knife.
happened.
Of course, I'm gonna be careful with it.
Well, in order to hopefully save some lives and in this storm, I tied off all the fate lines.
Excuse me.
All the fate lines that were out there are tied to it now. Not necessarily a bad thing, because that means they will one day maybe see the knife.
Johnny, I can't. I lose things. Okay, I don't talk about it a lot, but sometimes I lose things.
Well, then put it in the safe or someplace, because the last thing you want to do is toss it over.
No shit. That's what I'm.
People will die.
God damn it, Gianni. Now you put all this responsibility on me. That's fine. It's fine. Whatever. And I put it on and I'm like, it's fine. I'll take care of it. I was going to take care of it anyway. It's my cool knife. God, really hot lady gave it.
Okay, but at least this way it's something I know that can't be broken. Your family and everybody else is safe. Or should be.
Okay, thank you.
No pressure.
Gianni, you figure if you're given more time or take the knife and spend time with it, you could probably put those lines back into a natural state. Or contact your mom and have her help you do it. Like it was a temporary fix, but with a lot more time, you could probably undo it and put the lines back the way they're supposed to be.
Maybe if we get
Now that
close
you've done
enough.
this a couple times now.
Yeah.
Weird.
No, but thank you, Johnny. Honestly, it's all very terrifying, and I don't understand how it works, and I'm sorry.
No, I don't understand how it
I'm
works.
Keg, do you have this?
Aye.
I'm gonna go check on people.
Okay. Andreas and Nanette, what are y'all doing?
Andreas was going to say, Keg, Ace, start overseeing repairs. Get us back to as ship shape as you can. I'm going to clean up real quick, and then I'll be ready. They'll be able to check on everybody real fast, and then he will go to his cabin and vomit.
Oh no.
Not from grossness, but just from the sheer stress of actually being able to reveal how scared and everything. Like just in private, he is currently puking his guts up.
Yeah, the Davis is sitting there, like on your bed, legs crossed, like arms like this, like on the knee. I'm going, love, what was this? Ignoring, just puking.
He's doubled over.
Okay. Yeah. The Davis goes, I'd pull your hair back, but
It's not that long. Like, he keeps
That's
it
why he's
tight.
not doing it. I'll hold my own hair back.
yeah, like you're not expecting me to like pat your back or anything, right?
Andreas just flips him off.
Nanette.
We're on cleanup and bandaging duty. It sounds like for the most part nobody's been seriously hurt, but there's probably cuts and scrapes from everybody getting
Bangs
banged
and
around.
bruises and
Yeah,
some
so
cuts.
we're just patching up and getting people cleaned up. The vomitorium spillover is gonna need to get taken care of, but yeah, we're just.
So much vomit down here.
It was a
I don't know
rockety
what you were
ride.
expecting.
Ace, so as you're kind of going and doing your thing and checking on people and stuff like that, you feel a tap, like much like the one you sent on your arm.
Okay, I breathe a sigh of relief. That helps. That helps a lot. I'm going to pass my mother and go down below decks.
Okay.
Not gonna stop and talk to her right now.
Okay, you're not.
No, not at this moment. Ace's
Alright,
mind is.
He came all the way out here looking all cool and stuff.
I'm gonna talk to her in a second.
What a
But
diss.
no. God damn it! No,
Please.
I'm a first officer that's been commanded to go deal with repairs, and I also have something else that I want to do.
Ileana would actually respect the fact that you're going and seeing to your ship first before her.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, so I go down. I actually will stop by the infirmary and check on it and be like, "Are you
Oh, well,
okay?"
Looked like stuff was happening down there for sure. Like,
Yeah.
quite a mess.
Are you
We're
okay?
fine.
Do you need me
Don't
to
mind
send
this. Well, no, we're mostly alright. It's just the smell. If you can send some deck swabbers in here, there's a lot of water.
Gabe, get down, new boy. Get down
It's just.
Swabby.
Don't mind the smell. We'll get rid of it in a day or two, probably. I'm sure it smells terrible, but
Not that she would know.
Not that you would know.
perks.
Perks, yeah.
You gotta find the bright side of the shit pile.
Yeah. So as long as it looks like Nanette is okay,
Mhm.
Ace will send a cleanup crew, and then she'll go down, even below decks, below decksier, and just oversee repairs, make sure people are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Okay, cool. Everything seems, as you'd expect. People repairing, picking up, all of that sort of thing. So, anything else? Or
Not,
just okay.
not for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gianni. What's Gianni gonna do at this point?
Honestly, he'll be like, "Hey, good to see you again, Captain," and then go back into the sails and see what needs to be done to get the ship going again.
Yeah.
He's oblivious. He
Yeah.
actually didn't hear anything Ace said.
Cool. So you're gonna help with the sales. All right. Cool. Okay. So people are starting, picking up, putting stuff back, repairing, sailing. Trying to get out of the way. Storm dissipates. So when you, Andreas, when you finally stop, being sick and getting over the adrenaline, you note that there is a new letter on your desk that you had not seen before.
Andreas will clean up his hands, and he'll pop the seal and open it up.
It is from the Rasmus, the people who you had written to, and had asked for permission to go ahead and stop silent death, as you would Aloysius that had gotten away, right? If I remember, that's what she wrote.
Yeah,
Or
along with
Rasmus.
like lots of description of what acts, the amount of power he's wielded.
Right. Cool. So what you get is that, they are really concerned about what's happening. So they say if there's anything that you can do, go ahead and do it by whatever means you deem necessary, because this is dangerous from what they've heard. And you kind of gather, reading in between the lines, that what you are getting, just by the way they phrase things, like, yeah, amongst other things, we think, so you get that there's also some other things that might be going on that kind of made them make the decision that they did. They might have heard more stories or something like that. But yeah, they essentially give you that permission to go ahead
Andreas
and do that if necessary.
Andreas takes the letter and he lights the Davis's lamp and burns the letter in the Davis's lamp. And he holds up the burning letter going, "Oh, this is surprisingly good news for you."
Oh,
I get to treat him like I treated her.
oh. And how would your friend think about that?
Which one?
The one who's related to the person you are about to take out.
That's a conversation I'm going to have.
I guess
But-
so. Or not. I
This
mean,
was
what
more
they
about
don't
how
do
much-
is hurt them, correct? I mean, oops. Accidents happen.
I'm not you. As much as you want me to be like you, I'm not.
Well, isn't it for the good of everyone? Isn't
It
that
will be,
what
but it doesn't mean I can't talk to someone first. I'm not just going to all of a sudden make a deal right now for you to go and end them.
More's the pity.
I know. You would enjoy that.
I will.
And Andreas will set the letter in a metal plate, let it finish burning. Wash his face, change into a fresh tunic, and walk out onto the deck to see what's going on.
All right, yeah, you see people going around, moving the sails, cleaning up, and cleaning themselves off if necessary, at least briefly. People going down and busyness to, the aftermath, and people being repaired, talking about what needs to be done, all of that sort of stuff. Gianni is up in the tops at this point. Minette and Ace are downstairs. You see Captain Stormrider.
He'll walk over to Captain Stormrider and go, "Thank you so much for the assist."
Oh, of course. I mean, we could see what was going on from our ship. We had drifted a little farther apart, but our ship is not as big or as sturdy as this one. I don't think we could have withstood the damage, that you had taken.
She's stronger than she looks. I was worried there for a minute.
Well, if you need supplies from us or resources, we can certainly pull alongside and offer that.
Let me go talk to my first mate and see how we're coming along, and I may have to take you up on that offer.
Mm-hmm.
I can be
I'll wait
making
here.
my way. I can be making my way up that way.
We
Okay.
should throw a party. It'll be great for morale.
Yeah.
I will check one more time on the infirmary before I go above decks, just to make sure that everything is
Infirmary / galley at this point with how many people were vomiting.
probably.
Yes. Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
go
I'll
on
come
deck.
upstairs.
Yeah, you see Captain Stormrider talking to Andreas. The Porte Mage is nearby. But yeah, that's what you see. And Johnny's up in the sails, and people are going around repairing, cleaning up, all that stuff.
We could really use probably some more joists to repair some of the things down below when it got pissed that last go. It looks like it tried to take a bite out of the lower, I don't know, the key.
That is exactly what was happening.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like it tried to take a bite right out of the bottom of the ship.
That's
And,
usually
I
where the
mean,
cargo is, so it's
So we probably also lost supplies.
yeah,
yeah.
most likely.
So we could use some more supplies. I think we're okay. They were on it pretty good down there, but it.
Do we have enough to get to the port? To get to port?
I mean, maybe with a slow leak, we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it.
Arrange the crew so that we'll have bilge pumps going as necessary.
All right. Will do. They're already 2 steps ahead of you, boss. It's all good.
Cool. Yeah, so Katusha listening first she says, are you okay? You seem to be. I saw you go down under. Are you down under deck? Are you okay?
I'm all right. Yeah. Wet, terrified, but I feel pretty good at the moment. How are you? That gun is really cool. How are you? I care deeply about you, but the gun is really neat.
Yes. Yeah, she says, yeah, I picked this up at one point, and it has saved me more than I can count at points for emergencies.
Now, above the table, my dad doesn't make these kinds of guns, right?
He can if you want.
Okay, cool. Then he does.
Then he does. Yeah.
I actually think I have written.
I actually had that in my head, and I was like, would her dad have made this?
He does make long guns.
Yeah.
Ace just never used them. He didn't like her using them. So,
yeah, she'll show it to you, and you see.
I'm gonna look. Yeah, I'm gonna discreetly, like, the old Hallmark card commercials where they trying to like discreetly see if it's a Hallmark card. Yeah, I'm like discreetly seeing if McCanson is on there, and I'm like, good shit. Okay, keeping it in the family. That's good.
Yeah.
I did. So, she does know about the storms and the fate lines and stuff based on.
Yeah, you told her.
Yeah,
you mentioned it to her. So
okay. I got word that Kaya's
good.
After the storm and everything.
Good. Well, I will go back and I will see what sort of joists and things we have, and we'll pull the ship closer so we can exchange supplies and people if we need to.
Do you know a good safe haven that we can pull into, like a close one that we can pull into for repairs?
Let me look.
Okay. And I'm going to, before she leaves though, I'm going fuck it all and give her
She will hug you back. And none of the crew, you do catch Keg looking at you, like from the helm.
Turn around.
you know. He's
Don't
like
make this weird.
Bushy eyebrows and shit, like,
Andreas will do the polite eyes on your work, Keg. Eyes on your work.
I expect
knowing
Andreas
it's
to just like stand and like try to shield us, but
No, he's not even doing that. He's just he's Andreas is walking by Keg as he like heads below decks to check on everything else and doing the whole like eyes on your work, Keg. The whole I'm playfully chastising you deal, not I'm actually trying to yell at you.
Yeah. I will go ahead and go with Ella because I see John is desperately trying to
shove food in his face.
So, Ella, what is Ninak? I mean, things are pretty much, being taken care of.
She's got her duties. Most likely, she'll clean up first with Luna's help to make sure she doesn't actually smell. Since Luna is her confidant in all things of that variety now, she's hey, take a sniff test, make sure I'm good. But yeah, clean up. Put on a fresh something. If it's been spared the damage of the vomitorium. But after that, she and Odile are going to start doing inventory of supplies and stuff because that's going to be important.
Okay. You do catch. There's a couple things you do catch. That Charles is handing Thomas a shirt, not something like, you don't know why. Something must have happened. So you do see at some point you see Charles handing probably one of his. By the look of it and the style, handing Thomas a shirt.
He's wearing his boyfriend's shirt.
At least it's not a hoodie. That would be serious. Like, hoodie would be serious, but
They're not quite there yet, but
not quite at hoodie stage yet.
Soon.
Yeah, and this was necessary, I mean, and if Charles gets it back, it's still up in the air.
But I mean, they're all right. Then I'm assuming this is Tomas's first real excitement at sea, so he's making sure he's doing. Is he all right? Like probably green in the face.
Yeah, you do catch a little bits and hear like Charles telling him about the Utrecht. You catch little bits, like, and I lost all my, and then I only picked it, and he's like telling him about it, like the last time he was in a storm at sea.
And then we were roughhoused by some pirates, and it was awful. Yeah,
They tried to arrest us.
They don't understand literature. They have no respect.
And Gianni, he always makes sure to give me books when he goes places.
All right, Gianni.
Love track, though.
Thomas takes notes.
Yeah. So you're above in the tops, doing. I don't know if you had anything particular in mind, but from the tops, you do notice two little figures looking over the side of the ship and talking excitedly with each other. It is definitely Pip and Squeak looking over the side of the ship, talking to each other as excited children are wanting to do.
I quietly walk up behind them.
They're talking, and you hear them saying stuff like, "Yeah, maybe if we get a hook, we can put it down there and we can pull it back up," like, and you hear them like discussing.
So they reach out, grab both their belts, push forward this person, tricking them, pulling them back on the ship.
If Ace hears them scream, she's gonna be like, "What? What's happening?"
You see Johnny holding two children by their belts.
What is going on?
They want a little bit of excitement.
Get below decks. You
found
should
it first. We found it first. It's ours.
What did you
Can I look over and see what they say they found?
You see, like one of just below the water, you see one of the suckers from the Kraken on the side of the ship,
Christ.
stuck there.
Prophet's taint. Go
We
down
saw
below.
it. We saw it first. We can have it, right? Because we get that, right? We saw it first.
That's not how any of this works. I saw it first. So go down below. I saw it first when it was alive. Go below decks.
You're gonna deny these precious children.
Let me see if I can get it first. I don't want the boys to try to get
This
it.
thing, I mean, it was like as big as your head.
I know,
It's
and
probably
like
not
it's a
as big
dinner
as these-
plate, and it's gross. And like, how do we preserve it? I guess I'll just
Okay.
have to go ask somebody how to
Wait,
preserve it.
ask Guillaume. He can make something delicious with it.
Do you want to eat it, lads?
No. No. We want it. Like, who else is gonna believe us? We need it. We want it.
Who else are you going to tell besides people on this ship?
Well, we're gonna
That
get
one-
off the ship sometimes, right?
At this rate, no. Go below decks. I'll try to get it for you.
We just got above decks. No, that means stay down, Mr. Vermin. Stay down
It's
there.
bedtime. Go brush your teeth and go to bed. You shouldn't have
And they
even been
look
awake.
up at the
It's
sun
like 2 in the afternoon.
coming up.
No, I thought it was
it was
nighttime.
nighttime.
Yeah.
like dawn's coming up. Yeah, so they're like, but the sun's coming. You know,
But
we're gonna
yeah,
pick it
and
up."
you're fighting with me because you ain't slept and you're tired and you're overtired and I'm tired of it. So just go below decks, go talk to don't talk to anybody. Just stay out of stuff. I'm gonna get it for you. It'll be fine. Do as I say. I am the first mate. God dang it.
Johnny just you're just
Thank you,
horrible.
Gianni, for catching them before they jumped off the goddamn prophet's asshole. So yeah,
We're so
That's right.
sacrilegious.
Ace doesn't believe in any of the gods. Yeah, she pulls up her authority britches and she's like, "God damn it, I'm the first mate." But yeah, so I will try to bring it up and see if I can figure out a way that we can maybe preserve it like a trophy. Whether we just dip it in something, I don't know how pickles work.
It would be
Pickle it.
so tasty.
Well, I'll
Deep fried.
bring up some extra, and then you can. Nanette, would you like to have this deep fried? We.
Yeah, this is delicious.
French, of
What's the
course she
problem? Yeah, I mean, we could.
Of course she does.
We should. I mean, we sauteed with garlic. It would be
You
so
don't
good.
even taste this anymore, so. But you
Okay.
think the crew would like it? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, do you think the crew would like it? It's.
Yes. Have you not had squid before? You've been at sea for how long? How have you not
I
had
hate
squid?
seafood.
You are missing out. Oh, give it to Guillaume.
My experience is usually when it comes to fish, the larger they get, the worse they taste. And the second thing is more of a John thing, but if we pickle it, it's technically surströmming.
Ew. What? I don't want any surströmming.
Migo.
Hey.
I get your little eldritch humor.
Come on.
Get out! You're fired. You're fired so hard. Sorry.
Guillaume will know what to do with it.
I will bring some back. We will. I mean, we did lose some supplies. Maybe we lost some rations. I'll be like, well, these are the parts that seem okay. Nanette says you might be able to cook them, good sir. So.
Well, there are also little bits of tentacles all over the deck.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's
We're just gonna like rinse them
No.
off. They're already
I don't know.
salinated.
Lord.
Look, we're gonna
I
throw
mean-
a freaking party, and calamari's on the menu.
Dive overboard to like carve out the kraken beak. Oh no, he ran away, so it's just the tentacles.
Yeah, he ran away.
Yeah.
You'll live another day, you bastard.
Like the 5 tentacled kraken tails go around this sea.
Honestly, it's probably going to bleed out after how much damage we did.
Yeah, you never know. All right, so I'm sorry. So Gianni, you dealt with that. Was there anything else Gianni would like to do or check on? Anybody?
He'll check on everybody in the main crew. Going to, Annette, the captain, just be like, making sure they're okay. And I can't believe we made it through that. Like, good God. Anyway,
You did great. I'm assuming you did with the storm, with the stopping.
yeah. We're going to just see if something worked. You remember we tried the cup thing?
Yes,
I tied off. This don't even care anymore. I tied off the fate lines to the knife. And so they're wrapped up with knife now. And I can probably undo them slowly over time. But I think nobody should be dead.
well, that's good.
Just making sure you're okay.
Yes, just I guess the smells. And all the paperwork we're going to have to do for the next 2 days because there's a supplies lost and we're going to need to replenish this
Is
and
there a
this.
department we have to report Kraken sightings to?
I don't think we even got insurance for this. This is
Who would
does this
insure
fall under
us?
acts of the prophet? Like
I tried, but once they heard what we were doing, nobody would insure us because we were going after silent death.
well, I hear there's a big bounty on his head, so who knows? Maybe
That's the insurance at this point.
Indeed.
and hopefully we get there before anybody else, because that's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
All right. Okay.
And
So-
when you've stabilized the ship quite a bit, I would like to see you three in my cabin in a bit.
Aye.
Okay.
It shouldn't take much
Right?
longer.
Odile can do most of the paperwork as well, so
Yeah,
Whenever.
everything is pretty much, people are in, modes. So,
Yeah.
Just
I'll
taking
have
care
your
of it.
meeting with
Yeah.
Yeah.
More of just making it so that an appropriate amount of time passes before like the captain, the first mate, and a few other people.
I mean, you do
disappear
need to
to-
clean the vomit out of your cabin if you're going to meet you there.
Oh, it's in a basin, so he'll like clean it out himself.
He went to a basin. Yeah, he's good.
I'll just pitch it out the portal.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so we
Fancy.
cannot go to that unless anybody has something they would like to do before they go meet with Andreas. Andreas, so you're inviting those three, or are you inviting anybody else?
Those are the three it concerns the most right now. Because he
Okay.
has some important information he has to give.
Okay. So at this point, the sun would probably have fully risen at this point. Because you guys have spent a little bit getting everything straight, all that, a couple hours. It is, and you're fighting the crack. So it's been a few hours, so sun has been up for maybe a half an hour or so at this point. So it's still very early. And you guys had spent the wee hours fighting this damn kraken in the dark almost. So yeah. So yeah, go ahead. Unless anybody wants to do something else, they all join you in your chambers, Andre.
Andreas is there. He's standing that way. There's enough room in his smaller cabin. Forget. And when they all come in, and they close the door. He's like, "All right, so I finally received a letter I've been waiting."
Aye.
I am part of a secret society that is exclusive to those that have Davis. The Ratas. It is how we police each other, monitor each other, and keep us and take care of those that go rogue. It's one of the ways we do this, and one of the things that happens is if we overreach with what we have access to, we are then have to be taken
Killed.
care of one way or another. Sometimes killed, sometimes it's just getting a polite, if strict, slap on the wrist.
The Davis is over there, and Davis is like, killed, maimed, given notice, changing departments. Like he's listing all these
So
use for
polite.
life dying.
Above the table, Andreas, did you tell back when we were in Labuka and y'all were having your little after the unaliving people thing and everybody like spilling their guts? Did you mention that you had to do that before? Was there one of your Losha that didn't that
I did
turned and
mention
you had,
that I
Okay.
mentioned I had ended it. I hadn't mentioned why.
Okay, then I'll just say, is that why the thing you mentioned before? You've kind of
Yes, that is why
searched around.
yes, one of ours had gone rogue, was slaughtering an entire town with the power from her Davis, and I had to kill her, and the cost was great.
You're not gonna like some weird Davis switch isn't gonna flip, is it, to start killing people? Just in
No.
case?
Davis just like, I wish.
Yes, they
It
went.
seems so pedestrian. Just a village.
But when you were
for
hunting
grander.
a rogue Lushai, you are able to wield more power. And the letter that I was writing earlier in our on our way to Labuka was me asking if I could treat Silent Death as a rogue Lushai. And I just received my answer, which is I am allowed to.
Nanette, does your bounty specify dead or alive?
Not really. It was dead or alive, whichever was easiest.
Fantastic. This sounds like great news for us.
Wait. What does that mean? More power.
It means I can make whatever deals I deem necessary in order to stop him.
That seems like a
Davis over there.
I mean, is that... honestly, is
Compared
that
to the
safe
stuff
for
you're
you?
already doing?
What?
I mean, compared to the stuff you are already doing?
Yes.
Is that safe for you to make that many deals potentially in a short amount?
Safety schmafety.
I will still have to pay the costs for whatever I negotiate, but it's comes with the territory of taking someone down who can wield that much power. And I wanted to bring this up, one, because I'm revealing to you the Ratas themselves, and that's why you're the only ones here. And two, because Gianni, this means that I have been ordered to kill your brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that sucks. I forgot about it.
With what he was doing, I'm not surprised. He already planned to find a way to sever his ability one way or another. And quite frankly, probably.
You're cutting in and out.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need to speak up a little more.
Yeah, talk higher, bud.
I'd already figured that I was going to try to have to sever his connection to my. And quite frankly, I don't know of any way to do that except. What he's doing, I cannot allow.
I mean, you saw what he is definitely not being responsible. Definitely not being responsible at all.
For that. Yeah.
Are you sure you're alright with this, Gianni?
Oh,
maybe
no,
maybe he's not
I-
in control. It's difficult sometimes.
I'm not alright with it. But I understand. We may not have a choice.
I think... Thank you, Captain, for sharing this. But I do think it would behoove us to at least wait a little bit before you start making additional deals. Wait until we're...
Oh, I didn't intend to start until we were much closer.
Okay.
Because the more effort that I require the Davis to do, the more that they are going to ask of me in return.
And Davis is just over there, like.
And
So I did not intend to immediately begin making a lot of deals, though I was very close to making one to save the ship.
I will say that just because you have permission to kill Silent Death, Gianni,
No,
doesn't
not
necessarily
permission.
mean... Oh, you have orders to kill.
I have orders to kill Silent Death.
He's now obligated since he asked. Or somebody else will do it for him if he doesn't.
He's killed hundreds. He would have destroyed the city. He killed his own crew. He abuses magic. He was my brother, but the things he's willing to do. And at the extent of what I can imagine, we might be all that can take him down. Because I literally wonder, at what point is he so powerful that he can pull on the threads of fate and get what he wants?
I really think we need more information about your brother, Gianni. And what he can actually do.
Maybe, but remember what happened to worship?
Oh, I haven't forgotten. But my concern is that he does have a devil whispering in his ear. I'm not saying that he's not mad with power. I'm not saying that we're not going to kill him, because believe me, I think all of us here have a reason to want that. Except for maybe Gianni. But Giovanni Villanova is on that ship. And Giovanni Villanova is a known problem. He has already gone mad with power, and now that he has a child that he can manipulate and has put this... He couldn't wield the bracers, but your brother can. We don't know who's really influencing Giovanni. I think it would serve us to at least get a little bit more intel before we just go and start cutting off heads. I'm terrified.
He's over there like, really? I mean, I don't know who else can hear him, but
Ace is
Andreas
like pointedly ignoring him. It's just like,
yeah, at this point, I don't know who can hear him or
we
not.
can all hear him. We
Just
haven't
this
changed.
group. This is the only
Yeah,
group.
just this
that can
group.
hear
We
it.
haven't changed that yet.
That is not
Oh, okay.
changed.
I thought it did get changed for Ace.
Nope. At no
We
point.
talked about it, but it's never had a discussion in character.
Okay. Well,
About
then
it.
you will hear him as well.
Yeah, and
So
I
you'll hear
pointedly
me.
ignore his cat calling.
Is Giovanni Villanova using him? Probably. At the same time, Silent Death was a terror of the seas well before he started having...
I'm not saying he wasn't. We have to understand, knowing what we know now, that he is probably just a pawn in Giovanni Villanova's game. Silent Death very likely believes that he is the one calling the shots, but he is probably not. That is his dad. And I don't know what your relationship is with your father, but I know in my experience, I will do a lot for my father for various reasons, whether it's validation or love or whatever we want to do. You know, we all have dads. Sorry, Gianni. But I'm just saying, he could very much be a victim too. And I'm not, again, we're going to kill him. We have reason to, and you have to now, or at least somebody has to. If you don't.
The Davises over are like, yes, never discount the need for attention and affection when it has been unprovided up until a certain point.
Nanette is attempting to disappear into the corner.
Yeah, I'm just sliding into a corner. Don't mind me. It's fine. Get plenty of love.
Nanette is seen and does not like it.
Like, didn't come here to get
All
shade
I
from the
need-
Davis.
All I mean is that a boy who is fatherless, who somehow finds himself with a father, will do all manner of things to seek that father's approval. That's all I'm saying.
And he's legitimately the shittiest father in this fucking planet.
There are
mean,
some very bad dads out there, but no, I think Giovanni would take the cake.
I'm, yeah, I mean, yes, he's providing for the lad and everything, but still, it's just, I don't, all I'm saying is that I feel like we need to have a clearer head about this, and we don't necessarily, because it's all revenge all the time. And believe me, I want him to die. I want him to die. But we have to think of ourselves and what we are doing to ourselves in order to make this happen. So, I think our focus right now, this is good information to have, and thank you for sharing about the Ratas.
Don't
But we-
think it's a revenge thing. I understand Silent Death sank the ship that you called home.
It's revenge.
Politely, it wasn't my ship. This is not revenge for me. This is stopping someone with too much with power that they are abusing.
Well,
That is part of my job.
And I understand that, but there might be other ways to remove that power. And you jump straight to killing. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have done that, Andreas. I'm just saying that that is a decision that you made for you. I am not necessarily there yet, and I know I don't think Gianni's there yet. And we need to work together, and I get that. But if he's abusing the power, we take away the power.
We can't.
If we can. But that means you try everything before you murder. That's all I want to hear. And if you can't say that, that's fine. But understand that I'm going to do what I think is right.
I will say this: if I have to choose between him ending someone else's life because we weren't able to, because we had 3 more things to try, and ending his life is the one that's sacrificed.
That is your
Because
choice.
your brother could be one of those that life.
No fucking shit! Don't talk to me about my brother! Don't you dare! I understand the risks. I don't know how willing I am. You're talking about sacrificing his brother. You don't get to say any fucking thing. This is easy for you. You make it sound really, really easy, Andreas. You just write your letter, you get your okay, and it's fine. You've got your little thing that can do whatever the fuck it wants. I understand. Okay? I don't want to fight about this. I'm telling you, you don't get to use my brother to try to buy me off and make me a killer like you are.
Trouble in paradise.
I understand. Shut the fuck up, you motherfucker.
The poor Davis is just like...
I understand that we are going to have to make some tough choices. I have killed my friends as well in order to get to this place. Okay? I killed Gunnar on my ship before it sank. That's on me. Okay? I've done my fair share of shit. But you can't just... With the information that we have now, I can't say that Silent Death is not just a pawn. And I'm not willing to immediately assign myself to killing him because you have orders to do it from your secret society. That's all I'm saying. If you choose to kill him and he dies, okay, that's your choice. If I think there's another way, I might stop you or try to. And if you want to kill me to make it happen, that's up to you as well. That's all I'm saying. I am your first mate. I will do what I'm told to do, but you didn't give an order. You said this was your order.
This is why I brought Gianni to talk to him about that and reveal to you, is because I wanted him to know that this is what had happened, and that's why I brought it up to him.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you told us. The ship has been really bad about talking about things.
Davis is just sitting there, eyes going between everybody. Just watching everybody.
I'm sorry I yelled. But I don't need you to explain to me the risks. All right?
And I want you to know that saving your brother was part of the reason that I asked to be able to use as much power as I possibly could.
I understand that. And thank you. I just think we need to be smart about it. We can't just jump to this. This is how we get in trouble. This is how we become Silent Death. I don't want to get there. Once it becomes too easy, what is going to stop us?
If you want proof that I'm not taking the easy path, I could have made a deal to destroy the Kraken before it touched the ship, but I didn't.
Andreas, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is I'm not going to jump to killing him until I think it's necessary. And no, it may not be revenge for you. It absolutely is revenge for me. I have to make this choice for myself. And until such a time as you tell me that I have to kill him, then it is not my first choice. That's all I'm saying.
Anyone else have anything?
I don't think Ace is wrong in this case. Look,
I know this is Davis. He's just enjoying himself.
it is very much a slippery slope. And I don't want that for any of you. So we
The Davis is
need
like,
to be
"I
certain.
should know."
Okay, you will just. I was gonna give you a present, but now you're getting fucked up. You get nothing.
I know people are going to have to die. I'm not saying that we don't kill anybody. I'm just saying... I'm saying I don't know who the real villain is. When I spoke to Silent Death, he was reasonable. And I know none of you were there, and I'm sorry that I didn't bring anybody with me, but he was reasonable. Something has changed, whether it's the fact that he has the two bracers, which, believe me, that already sits poorly with me.
To say if he was being reasonable, why does he keep throwing things at us?
We did tear the fuck out of his ship. Here's the thing, I don't even know how he can find us. That's a question that we don't have an answer to. How does he fucking know where we are? If Charus was meant for us, I mean, I guess, okay, well, we know how he could have known about that. But who? The implications of that are also very concerning that I think we might need to be more concerned about than how we're gonna kill him.
That does bring up a very good question. That I hadn't even thought of that.
Oh, cards are coming out.
And I will immediately go ahead and spend my last hero point for the night, pull the witch.
Begin with the witch.
Is Silent Death tracking us?
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Is he tracking? Can we ask questions? I guess we could ask questions and we don't
Well,
get
so-
answers.
He did
rules say
fate line
that
shenanigans you.
Yeah, it's a yes or no question, and it does say the GM can give as much information as they want it to be plentiful, but yeah, it's up to them.
He's tracking us. Is he tracking us? Is he
yeah,
tracking
so
us through
Silent
you,
Death is
Gianni,
tracking
or is he
us.
tracking us
He's tracking us. I don't know the specifics.
through you or through?
He's tracking us in a way I don't know.
Oh, well, you all have made such stellar decisions so far. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
You don't want to help. Just shut up.
I could help. All I need to do is be asked.
No.
Well then,
You've already gotten
as I
your
said,
boon.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Well, we don't think there's any marks on the ship. We did a thorough sweep of that. Maybe there's some sort of fate magic that we are not familiar with.
If Gianni, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to ask a question.
Yes.
Can you see the fate line between my tattoo and my brother's?
I should be able to. I should not be able to distinguish it at this distance. I should not. Yes, there will be fate lines between us and them.
I'm just talking about the one on my birthmark.
I looked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you definitely see a fate line coming from there.
If you cut
going
it,
off somewhere.
if you cut it like you cut the ones earlier,
I could do serious harm to you and your brother.
what if he's using this? Gianni?
Oh, this is getting interesting.
I mean, don't do anything rash, Ace.
Here's the thing. Whenever the lines hold an essence of what is going to happen. When I first stumbled upon the tales of the ship that we are going to, there was a darkness to it, a curse, a visible curse. Silent Death could be looking at the fate lines of those who mean him harm, and those which are the most immediate threats, and be sending his power out that way. There's so many ways. Do not, forgive me for saying this, but don't center yourself as the cause of this.
I'm not trying to center myself, I'm trying to mitigate scrying eyes.
We don't know it's the tattoo. It could be an artifact he has.
Well, and now we have how many fate lines tied off to this dagger?
Oh, quite a few. Quite a few.
Well, this is something that we'll have to tell Stormrider when they pull alongsides. If we're being tracked, they need to know. And if it happens, I mean, we need to at least figure out.
Wait, they were also hit by a storm.
Okay, above the table question, because this was a question that came up earlier this week in Cash Chat, is did Stormrider say that they had dealt with a storm that, like, that she felt had been sent to them, or did they just cross paths with, like, the storm that was headed to Shores?
She didn't mention. She said they had run into some storms, and they had to turn around and come back for repairs because of that.
Okay,
So
but
she
she
didn't
didn't.
mention
There wasn't really. Okay,
Yeah, she didn't mention anything else
so
about it.
we don't know if that's directly related to Silent Death.
We could ask her for more clarification now that she's seen a storm that he has created.
Did it look like that?
Well, it has a particular feel, I suspect. More...
Yeah, but less tentacly, a little
Yeah,
less.
not as many krakens in it.
Not as many krakens in it.
You don't pull
sure.
a kraken out with
Rats,
every
though,
storm.
floating around,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. They were just sliding across the deck. And
That's a
chomping
special edition
people
storm.
and-
You don't get a lot of special edition storms.
I feel like I'm not trying to center myself, Gianni, and or Michael or Andreas, whoever said that. I just feel like there are several things that could be allowing him to easily spy on us. Whether it's Gianni, if he knows about Gianni. If it's Kaya and he knows about Kaya. If while we were gone and away from the ship, someone marked this ship. It could be. I don't know. And I want us to figure it out. Because we have no strategy if he knows exactly where we are all the time. He can just do this. And I know that we think that the bounty will prevent him from being able to get more crew, but who fucking knows?
I don't think it'll prevent anything because he can just pull into a port and press gang, literally stealing people out of their beds.
Please make a sortie roll for me. Wits and sortie, please. And tell me how many races you get. 10 this time. No danger points.
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling me he needed to get 10. I was like, ah!
Yeah. 10 is a raise this time.
Well, I actually got 4.
You remember back when you first ran into Silent Death and you tried, you didn't try, you yanked on one of the lines and pushed him and pulled him into the water. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
What you are recalling right now is that you know, because you're pondering this problem, right? You're like, is it something to do with me? Is it something to do with Ace? Is it what's going on? So you're thinking about the encounters that you've had. And what you realized was that in the instinctual point of that, you realized that it was actually yourself that had put out a ley line, had put out a bait line to pull him. You weren't actually pulling his. He actually had none.
He had no fate lines?
He had no fate lines attached to him that you could see.
As my character is wrapping their head around all this, I share this with everyone because he probably stumbles through the words trying to figure this out.
Well, and you got 4, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You start thinking about like the storms and how you had to manipulate the lines and how the storm came up all of a sudden. And you start to ponder if there might be some way that he is hiding fate lines. It would make sense. How else has he gone unnoticed so far as a practitioner?
Playing freaking Palpatine.
Holy crap. He may be able to disguise lines.
Have you ever tried doing that, Johnny?
Huh?
Have you ever tried doing that, Johnny?
No, I didn't even. This is not. We're moving into an area of a magic that is so heavily limited in its own land in order to keep those who practice it under control. So I didn't even know these things were possible.
Would it behoove us to go to Vadachi and try to find a Fate Witch? A really, really old and good Fate Witch.
No.
Oh, do try that. I'd enjoy seeing.
I know you don't want to go, Gianni, but you clearly don't have the knowledge. Somebody has given it to him.
Well,
And he didn't have your mother to train him to do it.
Villanova probably has whatever resources needed.
I think it's more than that. I think he has had time to develop this. I'm catching on to things that I had no idea could even be done. Tying up lines in storm. Making those webs.
It's
there a-
like
Go ahead. Sorry.
it's exactly like if the Ratas hadn't found me almost immediately, I'd have been practicing and playing and making all sorts of minor, small deals, just to see what I could do when there's no one there to control you.
Such a pity, too.
Yeah,
You
but
had
actually,
some ideas, if I remember correctly. Very interesting.
Can we? I know your mother does important work, but I feel like maybe I would think that he would have to have trained with someone. Clearly, we can't train with them, but is there a fate? I feel like we need to try to find someone to train you. I mean, Andreas has to get sword masters and stuff. It would make sense that somebody.
we can try find someone
Um,
of Sophia's daughters. You know.
Above the table, do I know about the prince's? Does the Ratas know that the prince's wife of the Samartian Commonwealth is a Fate Witch?
They probably do,
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
We're talking. So Andreas goes, I may know someone. We don't have to go to Vadachi. It's the wife of the crown prince of the Sarmatian Commonwealth.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it without you. And of course, it's
No, she's not a she's married to a Sarmatian. So she doesn't have a Vadachi prince or baron controlling her.
How are we supposed to meet someone of that high in influence?
I'm technically a
We're-
noble.
We're also
We're
pirates.
not. We're only wanted in one
We're only
country.
wanted, like,
No. We're only wanted in one country. Because,
that we know of.
That's not true. That's not true. 2.
What's the other one? Oh,
Montaigne and Castile.
oh yeah. So we're not wanted in the Sarmatian Commonwealth, and
That we
they have,
know of.
and we've committed no Sarmatian crimes. And the Belladonna is an unknown ship. We are not flying any colors of a ship that we are
I
wanted
mean,
of.
I'm just. All of this feels like technicalities. We have chosen a path that is going to make us wanted in more places. We just need to be careful. And I get that, Gianni, and I know that you're scared and that you want to be careful because of your abilities. But honestly, why don't we just blow the fucking lid off of the fact that Silent Death is a Fate Witch? If it's such a big deal.
it will be interesting. I have many thoughts on it. I have very dark thoughts.
What if we got your mother? Would she come?
For a bit?
If we found a way to bring your mother here to train you.
Should come for a bit. There is one line of the sword they have never tried to master.
Do tell.
Another would be way of curses.
That sounds.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it. I mean,
It's much like I can change a person's fate positively. I can also could learn a way to make them suffer and even fail. Essentially, I can make them have penalties and dice pools, or I can make them automatically lose their next roll. I just have to kiss them ahead of time.
For your sake, I don't know if you should be doing that.
You
There must be another way.
Yeah, it's not exactly a method I like. That's why I always, Andre. That's why I always kiss your hand before I do the.
oh, I just thought you were polite. I thought it was a thing you did.
It's rather odd. I guess Fortuna's a little kinky.
I kiss people's hands all the time. It has nothing to do with kink.
Mhm.
It's a thing.
Okay. So, I mean, is there any other, or if you...
Does anybody else have anything they want to come clean about in this chat?
Anybody else have anything to...
Not after all that yelling.
No.
We're not ready.
No.
Empathy roll. Empathy roll.
Yeah,
Like
can I roll an empathy roll to see if Ned has something to say?
Just nothing to
I gotta
say.
go.
Nothing to add. It's fine.
I have nothing to contribute at this time.
It's fine.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I will not be perceived. All right, cool. Okay. So So eventually, I'm gonna say the Sapphire Dawn pulls up the side, and you all, are able to put planks across, and whatever, and move supplies and all of that, and talk and everything.
She's got
what
a
are you
whole
going-
crew of hot lady carpenters
She
that come over.
does.
Come over, all this stuff over. And
Bicep peaks.
I go
And-
by the infirmary. I'm like, Annette, look at this.
You gotta see.
You
Gotta see.
just
Oh, they're all very
Are
handsome.
you sure
right?
the Kraken didn't kill us and I went to heaven?
yeah, this might be the best day of my life.
Are we in the seventh sea? Are we currently in the seventh sea?
Yeah. The seventh sea starts with a P.
Yeah.
No.
So what? All right. So
It's late, y'all.
y'all
Can we
wanted
just get a
some
dinner
joy,
with them?
right? Yeah. Y'all
Annette,
wanted us
beat my weight back.
joy, supplies, and things, and your mom tells you, or if you ask, because you were gonna ask, you had asked if she had known any ports or anything like that.
Yes.
That you could
Yes.
go to.
Yep.
And what she says is,
It's a twofold
Well-
request.
we can either make the very tip of Bodachi, or she says there's also one where we could meet the tip of the Sarmatian Commonwealth, to the point we are, because y'all have been going like a week, and you were kind of just like on the end of Castile. So she said, it's Bodachi, or if you want to go a little farther, you can get to the Sarmatian Commonwealth. It depends on how urgent you think it is. It's probably the difference of a week.
Okay. So, is there a roll I can make that would determine if we can make it an extra week?
We did overbuy supplies, if that helps.
Okay.
Sailing and wits.
Sailing and wits. Yay! And this is a new scene, yes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Let me say,
Yay!
I'd also like to make this roll.
Okay, sure.
And just to help, may I spend a hero point to provide Nanette's extensive lists of notes and grant Ace an additional 4 dice.
Oh, bitch.
As Nanette's like, well, here's what we have an inventory of so far, and what we have on the Sapphire Dawn compared with their poster's notes, so we should have enough to last us.
It's beauty. It's beauty.
Thank you. I'm working at 3.
Okay. I have
Most
2
of those-
dice left over with 5 successes with those dice from Nanette.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it'll take some doing. I mean, it'll take some,
Extra work just to...
compromises and a little wheedling and stuff like that, but you should be able to do it. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
Okay.
As long as nothing else happens. As long as nothing else happens.
Well, and if
Your
that,
handmaid-
if something else does happen in that week, we will deal with it then. But we will do our best at this stage, just based on My recommendation to the captain would be based on the discussion that we had and Johnny's clear um, repulsion of going to Vadachi. I think we should go ahead and make for Sarmatia.
I agree, based on what I've been updating with my logs and paperwork.
It's especially if, because weren't you also going to try to get a letter of marque for us
Yes.
from there? So, yeah, let's do that, and we'll make. If we need an extra carpenter, I think our crew is fine. But if we need an extra carpenter, I'm sure we could get one from Stormlight.
Awesome. Great. Yeah, so you make plans and do that. Before what's everybody going to do before we fade? Uh Anybody have anything in particular they want to do? Anybody in particular they want to check on? Anybody anything like that? I mean, it's fine if not. I'm just offering.
Ace
before I just cut
is
everything
probably being irritatingly is checking on Nanette with a frequency that is irritating to her. Because she's trying to be friendly, okay?
That's
Andreas,
friendly.
Andreas over the trip will probably go down to the bilges and like do shifts on the pumps, just to be like, just to help out, because he's like, we're making it all the way to Sarmatia. He's gonna do his part. Like, he knows he has a shit ton of paperwork to do and that kind of stuff, but he'll do his part to show the crew that he's gonna be there to try to keep them alive as well.
Cool. Nanette and Gianni, anything in particular?
Nanette's gonna get to know Stormrider's Porte Mage, because it's always good to get a third opinion.
All right, cool. I will inform you about that next time. So, what you get together with. Gianni, anything?
I think Gianni's going to be laying low. He's probably going to find some place to be not the center of attention.
We have a nightly Sweet Jenny game in the galleys, so be there for that, or Ace is going to be pissed.
Is he doing anything particular about a sortie or anything like that? Or is he leaving it alone?
Kind of leaving it alone, honestly. Trying to keep that as far out of his mind as possible. So, he's just,
all right.
Uncomfortably the center of attention for a moment there.
Yeah. No worries.
Oh, come on.
No worries.
Tough, babe.
Come on, Gianni, pull on some strings out of mirrors. It's fine. This is curious to see what's gonna happen here. Do some science.
Okay. Well, you are attempting to leave it alone. Go ahead and give me sortie and wits.
Sortie and wits?
Yeah. Just tell me how many reasons you get.
Not looking great. 2.
You're trying to, not deal with it, put it out of your mind. But there is a certain point once your brain kind of slows down where you feel like there's something off. Something's different.
I look down at myself. I'm like looking at my deck, looking at me.
Okay. You're running your hands like around, you're like checking yourself. Go ahead and roll sortie and wits again.
Never done that before.
We're children, Danny. We're children.
Look,
He looked
Like,
down
I'm
at himself
ignoring
at
y'all.
his deck, and it's like, that never happened.
trying to run a
that's
moment
good.
here.
I swear
It's
that
done
never
before.
happens.
How many?
Or
All right. As you're moving, like, you're checking everything, you're looking just to see what you are finding. You run your hand over, and it's almost like appearing before your eyes is a fate line that you had never seen before.
oh boy. Okay.
And with that, we're gonna go ahead and we will break until next week, where they're gonna head to the Sarmatian Commonwealth and do all sorts of stuff and try to figure out what's going on. I hope you all enjoyed myself. Do you all have any announcements that you need to do before we get going?
We have Slay Industries, Seriously Let's Play on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And then I don't think are back until next Monday. Monday we have Star Trek will be our finale for this half of the second season. So I think that's all that's going on the channel. So
Sweet. Well, until then, I wish you all fair winds and following seas, and we will see you next week, hopefully.